Hello everybody and welcome to the 112th edition of the Chronicles of Podcast. And these right here are the Chronicles of Tribe of Ghosts. It is I, the bearded Brummy Jamie, and joining me as always, this handsome fella right here.
The Crossman Tom. Welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast. Hit it.
Hi there, you're about to enjoy the Chronicles of Tom and Jamie.
Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Mann.
Hey guys, my name's Annabelle Knight.
Hello, this is Becky Baldwin.
Hello, I'm Chesney.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is Brighton from Say We Can Fly.
Hello everyone, I'm Adam.
I'm Becky. And we are Tribe of Ghosts.
And you're listening to the Chronicles of Podcast. Have a bloody wonderful time.
There's a lot of technique and nuance of scratching one's balls.
S for Sawyer, T for Tit, and A for Almond.
Really miss climbing mountains and I really want a coffee. How can I solve both of these problems? This week we are joined by Adam Sedgwick and Becky Blaker from Tribe of Ghosts. We were fortunate enough to interview a ton of bands at Bloodstock this year, and Tribe of Ghosts was just one of those bands. And we thought we should bring them on for a good old proper chronicling, because they were absolutely delightful at Bloodstock. We talk all about the brand new single, False Gods, the incredible music video that goes with it, their upcoming tour with URNE and Mountain Caller, and so much more.
Yeah, and mainly, are you all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Okay, just wondered. We were crammed into a press tent due to the fact the weather was fucking horrific at Bloodstock. So we felt it better to actually sit down properly and have a go chat with them. So because we're in a lot of people's way, and there are four of them and two of us, and obviously so we couldn't be a part of the thing together. So it just felt right. It just felt right. Plus, like you said, they were so lovely and they're great people to chat to. That we felt they should come on the show properly. And of course, they're about to go on tour with URNE literally Sunday, I believe it begins. Yes. So if you haven't got your tickets, get them now. They are a delicious price. It's so worth the money. The value for money is unbelievable. It's highly recommended. And I will see the guys in Bristol. But this is an unbelievable conversation. This is a mental conversation, but it's also fantastic at the same time. So we hope you enjoy. But most importantly, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to have any final words at all?
Just a massive thank you to Adam and Becky for taking the time out of their day to sit and chat with us, because this was absolutely wonderful, as you say.
It is glorious, and we really hope you all enjoy. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, interviewing this week, it's Becky Blaker and Adam Sedgwick from Tribe of Ghosts.
So, like, Elle, who's been a videographer for us for ages, has been doing around taking pictures, taking pictures and taking videos of us. And they've been doing dad cam reels for us. And dad cam is basically like, you know, the old school skater videos where they had those, like, where you'd like, it was like a terrible camera, fisheye lens, so you just follow people skateboarding.
Yes.
They did that. They've got that, and they do that of us whilst we're out on tour. And they've said to us that every bit of footage they get back from dad cam for us is close to about 10 hours. And it's nearly impossible for them to cut it down to less than 10 minutes. It's utter madness. Most of our fans say stuff is just chaos permanently.
That's amazing, in a way. That's great. Just need to release it in like blocks. Just say randomly every now and end of like albums or something. Be like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god!
And apparently the Bloodstock one was like 27 hours or something.
What?
Yes. And they just got literally.
That must be a slight exaggeration. It can't
be a slight exaggeration, but they got it down to 15 minutes, and even then they were like, "This is like cutting it fine.
Damn, that is nut. That is crazy. That's
we do have it. We have it on like all the time.
Yeah.
It's because like we just don't know what's going to happen, and yeah, it's usually the most mundane moment, and then something just ridiculous will just happen or just be said, or you just get onto a ridiculous topic of some sort, and you're like, "Wow, how are we here?" It happened. It's a bit like, do you remember when we went to Uprising? So we played night before Uprising, and we then decided to just sort of have like a day together at the actual festival the following day. We ended up gate crashing accidentally the press area for several hours. One of those interviewed bands of the day weren't even playing the day.
Yeah, we weren't even playing the day.
And then we ended up doing this amazing quiz with Twisted, Torn and Moist. And so glad Elle was there and managed to film this, because at the end of it, I was wearing a Cher t-shirt, just and then we started singing Cher songs, and then Joanne just literally knocks Adam down on all fours.
Yeah, mounted me.
Him and starts going, "If I could turn back time," and like it just out of nowhere, and we managed to get it on camera, and I don't know. And yeah, you just have to have it on all the time, because there's just weird sneak attack moments that you just never expect.
I love it. I think it's what added to the massive rise of you within the past year, because you're just randomly walking into places and getting interviewed when you're not even on the bill.
That's the thing. It was, and again, like with the we didn't even go crash it in terms of like, yeah, no, we're going to get interviews. We just turned up and bumped into Sherry. Sherry's like, "Hey, we really want to get an interview." It's like, "Wicked, cool, no worries." And we bump into Shells, and Shells like, "Which band are you guys in?" We say, because they'd never met us before, apart from they'd met us the year before, but they didn't remember us. And Shells, he was chatting with me. He's like, "Oh, which band are you in?" So Travis goes, "Oh, we need an interview." Next thing you know, we're like up there. We're just like, we miss half the bands because we're being interviewed. We're like, we've not planned any of this.
Phenomenal. Happy accident. We love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
I love those sporadic moments.
It's fucking great. Before we continue, just to let you know, Jamie's going to do a nice introduction for you.
Oh,
right?
okay.
He's going to what he's going to do is lure you into a false sense of security, and then what's going to happen is we're going to fucking absolutely destroy you with questions. How does that sound?
Excellent.
Fabulous.
I mean,
Fabulous.
because this hot water spots behind my shoulders, I'm already sweating. So
Oh, bless you.
just raise the temperature.
You might see this gradually lower and lower as the interview goes on. It's just literally at the top of your head left.
Look, you know what? It's probably, I'm already sweating that much. I've got my socks off, so the stink.
Beautiful.
Around.
To be fair, Becky, you're also wearing a really fluffy jacket. That probably doesn't help.
I know, well, because it gets cold. Where I am, it's like a converted loft in my flat, and there's no heating. I was honestly expecting it to be cold, and I have been pleasantly and not pleasantly surprised, because now I am bloody boiling.
Also, you can swear to your heart's content as well. We're not
Oh,
restricting
good. Are they?
anything.
There's no television, whatever it is.
As long as there's no C words, we are golden.
Way, okay.
Because they don't appreciate it, so we don't want to be pissing
That's
them
fair
off.
enough. I mean, it's occasionally paraphrased, but
Okay.
I think we can handle not saying it. Maybe we can say something can we say cucumber instead or something? We need to.
Or something
Absolute bunch of kumquats.
Yeah, I love it. For some reason, cumin came to my head. I don't know why. Fucking cumins.
Right.
Sorry, Jamie.
So I should do this introduction. Right, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we are joined by two people who you've seen before on this show. Only this time we aren't cramped in a tent hiding from the rain at a music festival. This week's guests have just released their brand new single, False Gods, which has the greatest music video I've seen since NSYNC's Pop. Boys and girls, theys and thems, put your hands together as we bring you Becky Blaker and Adam Sedgwick for the Chronicles of Tribe of Ghosts. I think Adam appreciated that.
I'm not gonna lie, that hyped me up so much.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually got excited enough, if I'm quite honest. It's like one of those like 6. Strictly Come Dancing card at 6. Yeah, 6. I'll give that a 6. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but NSYNC's Pop is the peak of music videos to me. So that is a high regard.
What is that video?
Oh, it's just crazy CGI madness. Well, there are platforms and everything. It's fucking bonkers.
It's always Christina Aguilera's Dirty. That is
Dirty. Dirty's a banger.
That is like, that is. Yeah, I mean that is probably like quite a good reference potentially. We wasn't a direct reference to the music video, but I think I had it in my brain somewhere.
I think we had it in there. We definitely had it in there.
I don't think it wouldn't because it was more Blade and stuff.
True. No, that was the point. That was the point. Oh, actually,
and we're in a dungeon, so you know. Like...
Well, if we're talking about music video masterpieces, but you do have to think about NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye.
Oh yeah.
Another good one. See,
exactly.
Masters of the music videos.
Yeah,
it's the puppet one.
Oh, the puppet one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was one of those people that secretly loved those sort of tunes, but wouldn't reveal it until about 2015. One of them.
Out on the magic.
I wouldn't say I've missed out. I'm just enjoying it now. I get to. It's like when you watch a TV show, knowing it's phenomenal, and then tell somebody about it, and they get to watch it for the first time, like years on, and you're like jealous because you wish that you could watch it for the first. So it's kind of like those sorts of moments where I got to enjoy the music. Well, I enjoyed it anyway, but I get to enjoy it later. Whereas when you've already enjoyed it when it first was, I don't know. I'm just talking a lot of shit, and basically what's going to happen is I'm going to move on from this part. And get to you guys, if that's okay. I mean, NSYNC are great, and we can talk about NSYNC as much as we like. But we're here for Tribe of Ghosts, so just anyway. I want to go back a couple of years first and foremost. How were your pandemic seasons? We'll start with you, Adam.
It was interesting. It was a time of kind of musical growth. There was definitely a lot of musical growth that was going in. There was a time of lots of painting tiny miniatures, which was very fun. And it was also about that time when we invited Becky to join the band, actually. So that was pandemic. It was a lot of things changed and a lot of things kept changing. That was kind of cool.
Becky?
What I do? I joined the gym. I joined the pyramid scheme, got out the pyramid schemes, didn't like it. And then I was like, what do I want to do in my life? And then I got a little message from Adam, and he was like, hello, do you want to maybe try and join the band? And I was like, yeah, all right, let's give it a go. And
what pyramid scheme was it?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed, because they might
hunt you down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, potentially.
But it wasn't super pyramid. It was like an MLM thing. Like you sort of like sell skincare and stuff. Like it was good skincare. I really like the skincare. But the whole thing with those is like you're not trying to sell the product, you're trying to sell the business. And I just couldn't be asked to sell the business.
Yeah, who can?
Yeah, and I just went, I don't actually really want to do this. I was like, hang on a minute, I don't like this. I'm going to stop doing it. And then I want to do music. So I just did the music instead. And then just had the discount on the products. And that was quite nice.
Fair.
I'll keep all the free samples.
Yeah. Oh, right. We said discount. Thank you.
So I kind of don't want to do this anymore because your company's shit, but can I keep this? Is that all right?
Like,
Dave,
I've got some of it already. I might sending it back. It's going to cost more.
It was one of those things where you didn't have to like buy loads of stock. I was never going to do that. I was too poor for that. But it was just like, I just got the nicest. You just get it with like a little bit cheaper because it was expensive as fuck. That was the other thing. It was like, I can't sell this to people because it's like a pot of moisturizer for 50 quid. Who's going to buy that? Like, exactly. Yeah, you'd be surprised how expensive skincare can be.
I mean, we could produce our own for free. I mean, we might just use that. So I felt we were at that level, guys. All right. I thought it was safe.
You know what? I'm not. I was just kind of pondering it, to be honest.
Becky's face was, "Why am I here? Why am I here? Why have I agreed to this fucking shit podcast?"
No.
Don't hold me
I think what
responsible for
you two have just noticed is an insight into all of us and
It's the band dynamic
This
of
is
like
band
occasionally it's like, what is going on? Like what?
Yeah. No one really knows where it starts. No one knows where it ends. We just know we're having a fun family time whilst we're at it. It's like, oh, we love all of you. What's actually happening? I have no idea.
Oh, fucking brilliant. But seriously though, 50, how big was it? Like a 10 mil fucking tiny little thing?
They could be like they're probably like the pot was probably like that kind of size for something. That about
Okay.
50 quid, and like I don't know, it came from some mystical tree, I don't know, like something, I don't know.
Oh, of course it did. I fucking hate that shit. It comes from the juniper down the Ethiopian river. It's a rarity. It can only be found there. We had people running over especially just to get it for us.
You don't harvest it. It is harvested by the wings of a small bird. Only at Christmas.
And I believe the call goes, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
It's not small, but it has massive lungs.
Carries about 300 grams. Amazing thing, really.
Somehow it flies. No one knows.
It's like we get a comb in and brush it all out of its feathers.
What did we get here?
I don't know. Sorry.
Weight is made up by lungs and a very small sphincter.
Oh, it's about half a gallon. Unbelievable. Anyway.
Adam's the stripping. He started.
Oh, I'm sweating.
Started early.
So before we talk about the band itself, take us back. I like to ask this question, learn more about the days of young Master Cedric and young Miss Blaker. What did you guys want to be when you were growing up in your more formative years? Has it always been music for you guys?
I want to be a fire engine.
Oh,
the actual engine.
Yeah.
Superb.
Where?
My mum is, I know, literally, Bex, my mum's probably told you that already, but like, my mum is honest to God, it's like, yep, careers day, first thing he ever wanted to be was a fire engine. Not a man, not a fire person, not a fire officer, the vehicle they drove in.
Well, you basically are that now. You bulldoze every stage you go on to, so
cover it mostly with
dreams do come true.
Yeah, cover it in most liquids.
That might be my favourite answer I've ever had to that question. I'm not going to lie.
I just had the image of you with the headband on, with the sirens on either ear. I could be like, da da, no.
I'm not gonna lie, it was close.
Oh, we better hit the Sedgwick. It's quicker.
I don't know how you're going to top that, Becky.
Use his hose. Use his hose.
I mean, for me, like, when I was very young, I just really, really wanted to fly. Like I would go around the school playground like this, trying to figure it out, jumping off benches. Like it was going to happen one day, but
amazing.
Jesus Christ!
Now, this makes total sense now that how this band has come together.
Because they just how this band's happened. I think it's just from birth. We were destined to just meet and create the music we do.
What a bunch of weirdos! But, yeah, I mean,
I was going to speaking of when you were saying about trying to jump around the playground flying, mine was trying to be a bumper car, so I upgraded as well.
Running into people.
Yeah, literally doing this and running full pelt into people.
Brilliant. At least your Halloween costumes are sorted for next year. A bird in a fire truck or bumper car. Or a fire truck bumper car.
Combine the two, yeah.
We know is that Becky wanted to fly and I apparently wanted to break things, so that's just how things go.
Phenomenal. That's the next music video idea.
But do you want to sit like a half serious answer about the music side rather than how weird we are as children?
No, to be fair, we'll move on to music now, but you're not topping those answers, and we're not going to try and top those answers. Okay, simple. But no, taking us back there, where did this love of music come from, especially the world of rock and metal? Were your parents into it, or was it from an outside influence? Where did that come from?
Going back to leave this for you.
I mean, for me, like, music has always been like a huge part of my family, but not in the sense that they're musicians or anything like that. Like, my favorite thing like to do, like my family, would be if we went on long like car drives. Any car drive had to have music playing in the car, whether it be the radio, whether it be old school CDs and stuff. Like, there was something that was very like soothing to us as a family to have some music playing in the car, that we didn't have to talk like to each other really at all. And like that still happens at the moment. Like, we'll have like a little chat in the car for a long drive. We feel very comfortable just sitting there, not talking to each other, just listening to music. And so that experience of listening to music's been a big part of me and growing up, and like something I still really value. My dad's like a proper dad rock guy. So loves like Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd, classic rock, that kind of thing. So I was kind of introduced to rock and stuff very young. And I still remember like a really big moment was watching Top of the Pops 2, and really showing my fucking age now, Jesus Christ. And Bohemian Rhapsody coming on for the first time. And I'd never experienced anything like that in my entire life. And like my 7-year-old brain was like, oh my God, what is this? And it blew my mind. But I think my first experience of like angry music was like Eminem. Was sort of like a kind of like that kind of slight hip hop kind of realm, because my dad got really into it when Without Me like came out, and that album. And like me and my family listened to it. Looking back, it was probably quite explicit for me to listen to when I was about 9, but like like there's a lot of lyrics I could recite that I think the Sophie Lancaster Foundation won't appreciate me reciting, so I won't go into it. But like it was something that one of those iconic albums we used to have on in the car all the time and just like vibe to. And I think that was my first like entrance into something that could be very angry and emotive, because I know a lot of Eminem's tracks, they have tended to be quite funny and novelty, but there's a lot of those album tracks are very angry. And so that was my kind of, there's actually a couple that are really kind of scary. If you look into like the old school like Marshall Mathers albums, like there's some actually like quite scary concept ones as well. And then from there it was School of Rock. School of Rock happened, and it like kind of, I'd already kind of started to learn like acoustic guitar, but that kind of changed the game. Went to go see it in the cinema and like loved the film, and it just kind of got to that Battle of the Bands moment, and they start playing the song, and it was like this feeling in my stomach that I can't describe. It was like the most excited I'd ever been, and like I was just immersed in it, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to be every single person on that stage. I want to be playing every single instrument. This is it. And I think that was kind of it for me.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But that film was incredible. And I imagine it inspired a lot of kids, to be fair, to see like people their age doing that. And so to hear you actually say that and then to go on and do it and be in it, that's absolutely amazing. What about you, Adam? Where did it start for you?
So mine, and this isn't a joke when I say it's mine, actually was from birth. Like genuinely, my mum very proudly tells me that when they came home from the hospital with me, and she came home from the hospital with me, she had Ace of Spades playing in the car. The entirety of that album. She loves Motorhead. She loves Hawkwind and Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. And all of those, I was surrounded by that when I was younger. Not to an instance where it was like, oh yeah, no, I was encouraged to learn music and learn how to play guitar, and that's why I wanted to pick it up. And I was like, mum, I got enrolled into like into cornet lessons, so I learned how to play the cornet when I say learn, and you're all going like, oh, interesting. I was shit. I was genuinely terrible. But where I kind of changed into music becoming something that I that became something more important to me was I actually got into musical theatre and started off my journey kind of doing, it was like Amdram stuff when I started off. So it was like, you know, Oliver, I was an urchin and stuff like that. And then became Daddy Warbucks and did that kind of stuff. And whilst doing those when I was doing those musical theatre performances, I loved the drama of all of it. I loved the theatrics of performance. And when I started kind of doing that more frequently and started doing more musical theatre-esque stuff, was kind of when heavy metal came back around. And not came back around like it disappeared, but I mean like came back around for me. I was at that same time, like rock and stuff like that was always in the background. I was always listening, like something was always playing. I remember at that age I used to love like Papa Roach, and I used to love like Ash was a band that I loved to pieces. Feeder, I fucking adored Feeder and Placebo. But I remember vividly, going back to the tiny little miniatures that I painted during lockdown. When I was a kid, my escape for life and for being and from like school and stuff like that was actually wargaming. I used to paint miniatures, and I used to go do like 140k again, like Games Workshop and stuff like that. And back then, Games Workshop used to have a license where they'd have bands would just have stuff playing. So my main exposure to like metal and stuff like that was hearing like Nightwish and Metallica and Megadeth and Disturbed and stuff like that whilst I was wargaming. And it was all this stuff just was the drama and everything like that, just all of these bits and the musical theatre and all of this just became this incredible, like this is everything I've always wanted. Like this music gives me this drama. And I started going to a wonderful club. This was back when I was like 12, 13. It's a club night for underage kids called the Friday Fry-Ups, a venue called the Roadmender in Northampton. And they would have, basically they'd just put on like underage nights, like no alcohol served, it's all like soft drinks. And they'd have metal bands playing, and it was like Gutworm played it at that point. It was like, I remember seeing Gutworm when I was a small thing and not remembering it was Gutworm. So that was like, it was like one of my first experiences of hearing death metal and being like, what the fuck is that guy doing? This is intense. And all of these moments of like finding kind of like, it definitely was that suddenly I was seeing other people that were listening to the music I liked and seeing all these different, like seeing band t-shirts, seeing like Slipknot t-shirts and Placebo t-shirts, and being like, there are other people that like this. What the hell is this? And the more I started doing musical theatre, the more I started wanting to do musical stuff. So my mum, there was an acoustic guitar that was left in my room by my older sister, and my mum encouraged me to play it, so I started playing acoustics. Started doing like Green Day and 36 Crazy Fists. I loved them. And then my mum basically was like, hey, if you learn how to play the acoustic, I'll get you an electric. Worst decision she's made. And then but no, it's like from that point on, it was just that release of, we talked about that the last time when I was saying, being a child of anxiety and ADHD and, dyslexic and finding life really fucking hard. Like, not in terms of like not support parents. My parents were incredible, but it was like school and friendships and not really knowing why my brain didn't work and why I didn't understand things. And my escape was singing and playing music and playing guitar and learning songs and metal and getting into bands and doing that kind of stuff. Kept going, kept doing it. And it helped me find my family. And now I'm in the best family in the world. And that's it.
That's amazing. That is amazing. But what I love is like you're saying there, like you started playing guitar from a young age, but in Tribe of Ghosts, you play the guitar and you sing. Was the singing always part of the plan, or was that just sort of happened out of necessity?
So no. So the guitar playing was actually the guitar playing was actually the thing that I only picked up because no one else was playing guitar. So I was singing first, like I was doing musical theatre and stuff like that. I actually trained in musical theatre and doing like Les Miserables and like classical singing. So I was doing kind of like I was. It was basically to the point where I was at college and my tutor was saying I shouldn't go to because I'd just got my to the university that Bex and I went to. I'd got my unconditional offer, and she said I should turn it down and I should go to a classical conservatoire.
Wow.
Yep.
So how do you go from singing in things like Les Mis to the sort of vocals you do now? How does that bridge cross?
I did literally. I was doing exactly the same thing. I was training doing. I also did like again drama, so it wasn't really anything. It was like drama at sixth form, so it's not like I was doing intense training. It was like sixth form drama, but it was all the bands that I wanted to be in. I kept hearing like Slipknot and all these bands going like wow, like in 36 Crazy Fists and hearing like. Howard Jones and stuff like that, knowing these bands like screaming, and oh my god, they sound incredible. I want to know how to do that. So I started like copying Howard Jones and trying to do those screams, and would do them alongside all my classical stuff.
That's amazing. That is awesome.
Absolutely incredible. But Becky, where does your soulful pipes come from? How'd you learn you could sing?
So I think I always kind of wanted to do it. Like I remember being 4 or 5, being like wanting to like being like a girl like a girl band,
of course,
whatever. I think part of me always wanted to do it, but I wasn't sure whether I had what it takes. And I kind of started getting into like amateur dramatics, similar to Adam. I used to do like sort of weird variety shows, like in where I'm from, which is Southend-on-Sea, and that's the reaction I get every time I tell someone that's where I'm from.
Oh, Southend.
It's the best. We had an interview once where they said, "Oh, she has an eloquent Sussex accent," and Bex went, "Fuck off."
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
And so yeah, similar sort of like theatre background and stuff, but I guess for me, I wouldn't say I was essentially trained in it, but my way kind of really in, apart from like playing in sort of amateur kind of teenage bands and stuff, was jazz. Like my granddad was a massive jazz enthusiast, used to be like head of like the Frank Sinatra fan club in my hometown and stuff like that. Nice. And I used to like sit with him and watch like Sky Arts jazz documentaries with him and stuff like that. And after finishing uni, I had like a bit of a stint being in like a jazz harmony trio, and yeah, so singing like Andrew's Sister style, really close, tight harmony stuff, and also being like a backing vocalist as well for like pop artists and things. So like I loved textural harmony and being weird. Like I love weird vocals, like to the point where like it's like drives our producer up the wall, because I'm like, he's like, you can't do that. I'm like, yes, I can.
We've turned up with harmonies in the studios, and he's been like, no, it does, but stop.
It doesn't work, so it clashes. I'm like, that's the point. It's weird. And it's but I've always been like a fan, like I call myself a surface metal fan. And so like always been a big fan of like sort of like Slipknot and things, Deftones, stuff like that. Like and it's always been something I've wanted to play with. And there was a time actually I remember, like, because I've been friends with Adam for a really long time and Danny for a really long time, and Ben I sort of met sort of because of friends being in bands and stuff, but I probably know Adam and Danny longest. I remember sitting in car with Danny, I think we were driving to our mate's house, and he just chugged on and put some Black Tongue on, And it's the first time I kind of listened to Black Tongue, and I was like, I love this, but wouldn't it be great if it was this heavy with like a pop vocal over the top of it? And I'm just sitting there thinking about it. And I remember it was a very long time before I was asked to join the band. I remember sitting there being like, oh, that'd be cool. Like ridiculously heavy guitar and then a pop vocal on top. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. And so when Adam asked me to join the band, I was like, this is definitely worth a go. Like, let's see what happens, because I think there's something there.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. I totally agree. So how did it come to be that, so with Tribe of Ghosts and Adam, how come you wanted to change things up and add Becky's vocals on top?
So I have chronic acid reflux. So I'm currently working out what it is. It's trying to work out what the chronic is. Apparently it's autoimmune, but no idea what immune it is. And it currently working with the NHS on that. But what it means is I'm basically have acid pouring into my throat and mouth every night.
How lovely.
Yeah, it hurts. But it's interesting where in terms of it causes pain reaction, but nothing to the point where I'm like losing my voice. But to help me kind of be able to go longer and do more gigs and stuff like that, I first said to the guys about when we kind of rebooted the band so the band started in like 2018. This is like old history. Started in 2018. I was the main vocalist. Then our old drummer left, and we got in Danny, our new drummer. And around that time, I mean, the whole time period, I've been massively inspired by Cult of Luna, and they're like Cult of Luna are one of my favorite bands. I love Cult of Luna, and I also love Julie Christmas. And first time I heard Julie Christmas was the Mariner album. And I essentially was like, I want to do this. This would be amazing. And there was at no point when I was sitting there going like, oh yeah, who should we get in for I wanted to get someone in anyway to help me kind of take a bit of the pressure off. But at no point was it like, oh yeah, so who are we going to get in? I just said to the guys, can we get another vocalist in? Yeah, sure. Who are you thinking? Becky. I mean, like, I adore Bex. She's my best friend in the world. And I remember when we were back at uni and hearing like Bex doing stuff, and we'd be doing stuff together, and we met in like our first year of uni when I think I was trying to teach you how to do screaming, wasn't I? And
you were.
Yeah. And from then I was just like completely like this, I want to do something with Bex because your voice is incredible. So immediately when we had the chance to do it, I was like, oh, Bex. And yeah, from then I think it was because I remember when it first happened, Bex was also kind of like not sure on where she kind of would sit with it and what she kind of do. But the main thing that I wanted to get across was that I didn't want it as Bex as a featured artist. I want Bex to be I wanted Bex to be part of it. So when we were writing vocals together, it was very much a case of, cool, what do you think of this? Could we do this? What do you want to do? Is this a good idea? And then me and and us two just started. I think what it felt like, at least for me, it was just we kind of clicked as co-writers and started going, we're on the same wavelength and we know what we kind of want to do and how we want to push each other.
That's amazing. I read somewhere that Bloodstock 22 was your first gig with the band?
No, it was the fifth.
Oh, it was the fifth one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we because when we first started off, it was very post-metal and it's very different to kind of what we do now. So we kind of... Yeah, we were a 5-piece at that point, and we did 2 shows as like a 5-piece with very different sounding songs, some songs that don't even exist anymore. And our guitarist, who is still one of our really dear friends, decided to leave. And it was this was sort of the end of 2021, and it was like we got a kind of decision, like, do we find another guitarist, or do we go full pelt into a sound that we can do as the four of us, because we just love this dynamic, like, because we're such a close friendship group, we don't really want to change up that dynamic with just someone new. And then at this point, as we've been writing the previous stuff, I'd been dropping Adam. I was like, "Oh, have you heard this Charlie XCX song?" And "Oh, what about? Have you heard of Sophie?" And it was just dropping all these weird things in, like crazy hyperpop and stuff, and we were just geeking out on just crazy music. And we're like, "Why don't we just rearrange everything and really dig into this kind of sound we've always kind of talked about exploring, like mashing everything up and like not really caring about a genre and just going full pelt with it. Like, we could do backing tracks, Adam could do sound design, he's a genius, you can do it." So
well, here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. When we first talked about this, I was like, yeah, I really want to add synth. I was like, yeah, I want to add synth in. I want to add in these different soundscapes, because I've started adding in bits and pieces occasionally into the stuff when I was writing stuff during COVID. When it got to this point, I'd never written anything with synths in. I'd only ever written something like, here's an extra bit of percussion, here's maybe a sample that I'd like cut, and I would like that, so I'm going to repeat that, and then I'm just going to have a guitar thing, and that's it. And then Bex was like, yeah, then all of us like, yeah, let's do full synth, let's add in synths and these, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then realized that a few days later I'd never done it before, so I was like, right. So in the span of, I think, 3 weeks, I taught myself synthesis and then started writing everything to the point where now it's like lunatic sound design.
And I think, we started that like, late December of 2021, and we got about a set together by, I think I've only just practiced it in full by our first show in early June.
Yeah, I think it was like,
that was our first show. It was early June 2022. Our second show was our Metal to the Masses heat.
Yeah.
And then our third, and we won that. And then our third show was the final, and we won that. And then Bloodstock itself was like our fifth or sixth show.
Yeah. Our fourth show was supporting Famine with Havexia and Havexia. Sorry, brain is melting. Then we played in Leicester with our mates in Sylvain, and sadly now no longer a band, Sylvain, and two-man doom band. And then next one was Bloodstock. It's like,
the fucking ego on you guys. I can imagine third gig, just won a competition. See you later. Out of it, gonna play Bloodstock.
I'm not even kidding. The whole gig at Metal to the Masses, because we were the first band on, we got pulled first out the hat. And like, Simon's an incredible angel, and I love him. But as soon as All Hell Dog went on afterwards, I just turned to the rest of the band and went, fucked it. That's it. We're out. We're not playing. They've won. Like,
you were so nervous. I was like, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. And
I was like, we did. Like, I was like, we did. I was like, I'm so proud of us. But these guys, they're amazing. They're incredible. Like, they're so good. And then, then we're like, what? No. Oh God, that's amazing.
I can just imagine when you won, you were going, well done, congratulations. Wait, what?
So like, we got obviously, the Metal to the Masses final setups. Si or whoever's like come in to be special judge for the final goes on stage, and they call you out. And he mentioned that there could be bands that might be put on like a reserve list.
Oh yeah, we thought we were on the reserve list.
So we were like, well, all the bands got told at the start that could happen. So it's like, there's going to be a winner, but we will mention if there's any bands on the reserve list as well. And so we're standing there, everyone's gathered round for the end, and he mentions that sort of these. So we basically had a heat where we had two bands that played amazingly well. There was a band, they're incredible, but they double booked themselves for the Metal to the Masses final. They are an incredible band, and they played 10 minutes of the most technically incredible music I've ever heard. But because they were late, because they played a show down the road and ran up and just got up, line checked, and played the set. So
it was
like, it was just like, I don't, but then so Si called out the two other competing bands and said, "You're on the reserve list," and we went, "Wait, so if they're on the reserve list, that band only played 10 minutes, then I remember turning to Adam and being like, what? And then it was us, and we're like, what?
Incredible.
That's what an amazing feeling that must have been, though.
Oh,
It was
like a
well, because at this point we were not sure how we're going to be received, because we'd been working on all this music for like the past 6 months, and we were like, does this actually work? Oh, gonna like this? Like, I don't know, like, because it's so just, we just didn't really think about that. We just wanted to make music that we personally really liked and we really resonated with. So as long as we were like, yeah, like that was like the quality control, like, yeah, that's a song that's going in. And we hadn't really shared it with anyone else at all at this point. It was just with us, and we were like, I don't know, I hope people like it.
Genuinely, I think
it was a real validating moment.
It was, I think by that we'd dropped Cold and Rain by that point. That was it.
Yeah. And like, I'll probably say they were probably the safest songs. They were probably the songs they had been written previously for 5-piece, but they were kind of minimally changed. Like the essence of them was still there, whereas everything else was either completely new, or completely rewritten, completely bonkers. And we're just like, hope you like it. Ooh, there you go.
Enjoy this aperitif.
So when it comes to songwriting, do you guys have like a process? Do you have a primary songwriter? Does everyone bring their own things? Like, how does it work for you guys when it comes to songwriting?
I'd say there's sort of like an A and a B. Adam, I call him our musical director, and he just has this magical brain that you can give like a load of crazy references to and go, make something, and then he'll just like come back with something. You're like, that's exactly what I wanted, thank you. So it'll either be, I'd say it comes from Adam, and Adam's like, I've written this song, what do you think? And we'll give him some notes and stuff. Or it'll be like, I want a song like this, and then you give it to Adam, and then he makes something, and he comes back and goes, what do you think? And
it's kind of like I'm the band's writing siphon. So like
human ChatGPT.
Basically.
You actually are.
Yeah, like False Gods was Bex basically saying into a voice note in like after watching parts going, I've had ads. Guys, I've had an idea. I want a sexy song.
And literally was it. I'm in the middle of washing up. I'd take washing up gloves off and was like, guys, I've had an idea.
Nothing so sexy like a pair of marigolds, and it just gave me this idea.
It was like a whole concept. What was it? Because I was listening to Rina Sawayama, who I was obsessed with. I'm obsessed with her debut album at this point. And I was like, I want a sexy song. But I was like, but yeah, it's got to fit on an album that's about a dystopian society. I'm like, oppression's not very sexy. So how do I make it sexy? So I was like, it's going to be from the viewpoint of the elite. And I made this whole story in my head. And I was like, guys, I want to, I think it was sexy. I was like, I want it very
sexy.
I want a sexy song. And it's good. And I sent you, I was Rena, and I sent you this remix of Give Me More by Britney Spears. And I was like, this is what I want. With some guitars.
So, and then I wrote False Gods.
That's amazing.
Yep. Hive was sort of from a riff that I wanted to sound like a swarm of bees trapped in a concrete coffin. So that was where Hive came out. Cold started off with my head wanting to basically trying to recreate a life support machine. My head's fucked.
Yeah, I think a lot of our references are like not musical alongside it. I think when we were making the set for the Bloodstock Wars this year, and we were talking about like doing this interlude between sort of what's normally our final song into Desolation, which was what we finished with a Bloodstock when we hadn't played it anywhere else before. And I was talking to Adam kind of like what I wanted, and I kind of gave him like a reference from a My Chemical Romance album song, and then I was like, and then it needs to sound like a Transformer pile up on the M1.
I was like, got ya, done. Yeah, like it's Float Down was like I wanted to. We've got a track called Float Down that we've written. I wanted that to sound like being in a flotation tank, and yeah, there's loads of kind of the ideas I've got in my head. Like we've even got stuff we're working on where I'm like, I want this to sound like this, and I want it to sound like this. Or Bex has got like an idea and gone like, I want this song, and I've gone like, wicked, give me a week. And yeah, that's the Try Brighton process. Is musically we have an idea of what we want to. We know it's weird. It's like we know what we sound like, and I know, and it's like I know what we sound like, and it's weird. I know what I want to portray and how all of us want to portray it, because it's kind of like there's a cathartic hope in the brutality, and that's kind of something that we always want to make sure is in it. So everything needs to feel like, as much as it's heavy, that there's light at the end, and that's, you know, it's every song we've written, there's something like that. Even Sunburner, like the ending of Sunburner is disgusting. Like it's utter filth. Ben Mason was disgusting on that final breakdown. It sounds like he's draining a toilet. It's brilliant. But the whole of Sunburner is about me being diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, and it was beforehand what I'd be doing, kind of denying it and ignoring that something was happening, and consistently going like, I'm getting worse, but I've got to ignore it. I can't, you know, nothing's happening. I'm okay. I'm fine. And the ending, as much as it's heavy and disgusting, it's literally the point where I embraced it and went like, no, I've got to learn how to live with this. And it was hard. It was years of healing and a lot of hard work to get out and sort my head out, and support from with support from friends and family. Like Bex was there, and Danny was been there for me, Ben was there, friends and family there for me as well the whole time. But it was hard, I'm not gonna lie, and that's what the ending of Sunburner is. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but you'll get there.
Do you feel like the songs are like a sort of way of not dealing with it's the wrong word, but I mean it's your way of getting it out of it, like being like, this is me, enjoy it, la la, sort of thing.
It's odd. It's odd. It's because, it's that whole thing of being. It's not so much a case of going, oh, it's a purging for me, and it's very much a case of, again, it's a release for me, and I hope it's a release for, and it's a release for Bex, it's a release for Danny, it's a release for Ben, and
even though we do like instrumentals written all by Adam, and some of the a lot of the lyrics are as well, we write the top lines together, so that's always a very collaborative process as well. So, and I think like co-writing on those as well, like I always find there's a lot of expression within the carving of a melody, and it's something like I remember when we first kind of really started writing, and Adam was like, right, I've written all the lyrics. I'm like, we haven't even got a melody yet. How have you done that? Because I always write melody first, because I think there's something that you can express a story and a message through melodically, sometimes even more so than the words. So bringing that together, where a lot of Adam stuff is sort of predominantly writing lyrics first, I think then coming together is quite a good match for then really bringing the emotion and story out as much as you can. And I think what's good is we know our palette, diverse and bonkers, but we kind of know what works for us, and we're not going to write a country song anytime soon. That's not.
That's my next question gone.
Sorry about that. Okay, we'll put that back in. At some point, the country song may happen. But yeah,
just really, really quickly, do ghosts come in a tribe? What is a collective of ghosts called? Is there a word for it? I'm being genuinely serious. I'm actually I'm not trying to take the piss at all. I'm genuinely curious as to what
I'm trying to think. I'm genuinely trying to think. A ghost collective.
What came to mind was like a school of ghouls, but I don't know if
that's awesome.
Parliament of Poltergeists. It could be one.
At least we know what your tribute band will be called. School of Ghouls.
Yeah, School of Ghouls.
I was just curious. That was all. I think only collectives of animal species get given a special title, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're just humans, if we're all collectively like persons. I'd love to like a huddle of persons. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm coming back in. I'm really back in. Jamie, please.
I was going to say, it does beg the question though. Where did the name Tribe of Ghosts come from?
So the name, where it came from, isn't. It's weird. Where it's come from isn't really what it means to us now.
Okay.
What it means to us, where it came from, is it was something that I kind of dreamed up and had in my head. But what it's kind of walked into is it's kind of become our expression of how we're kind of living through this world, and kind of like Tribe of Ghosts has just become how we're seeing and how we live and move in the world that we're seeing around us. And kind of, as much as it's, I don't want to say that in a way of going, oh, it's, it's doom and gloom. It's horrible, it's brutal, but it's how we cope. That's
there was a point where we weren't going to use it because it had been used for like sort of a previous lineup that was so like disconnected from what we were going for and who we were going to be. We were going to, it was going to be like a Gojira lyric ripoff or something. It was going to be like,
it was so what so our, yeah, so it was either we were either going to be called Silvera or Downfall by Design.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was like, and then after a while, I remember me and Danny being like, "Please, can we use Tribe of Ghosts?" Just
yeah, and straight away I was like, "Yeah, let's just keep using it. I like it too much. Let's just use it."
It is a great name, so it was a smart decision.
It's one I thunk proudly.
Brilliant work.
Yeah, that's what I mean when we say it's changed meaning. It's stopped being just something that I thought up, and it's become something for all of us to be coped. Nice.
As I mentioned in the intro at the start, 3 days ago now you released False Gods.
Mm-hmm.
The song is fucking phenomenal. But what's the feedback been on the track so far?
It has been overwhelmingly good. Especially as something that at this point, like we're doing all like our press is independent. Like we've got our amazing manager Tony, but from Dark Mother Management, but we're kind of doing this one all on our own. And being such like an artistic vision that it was, especially from me mid-washing up to I want to search this song, and like meeting our director Theodore Swadling and just turning it into this big kind of art project in a way. I couldn't be prouder of it, and the journey we've had with it and the response really reflects that. It's probably been the one that's had the most overwhelmingly positive response we've had so far for any of our releases. Which part of me was like kind of shocked on, because it is the weirdest song we've ever put out by far, I would say.
What do you mean by weird?
I mean, just sort of the mix of the genres and like the juxtaposition of it, and it was one of those, because it was one of the ones that I guess was technically written more like recently in terms of like the clusters. It was something that we had just finished just before the Metal to Massive final. So it was like, so that was like mid 2022 was when we like just actually completed it as a full song. Like, yeah, we're gonna play it, yeah. And so it was one that felt like the most risky, because it was probably the most we'd really explored genre mixing creatively. But at that point, there's weirder songs coming, don't worry.
Yeah,
So just to see it get the response from just the plethora of various people with various tastes. And it's just been really, really amazing to see.
It's good. It's like you're carving your own path. It's like you're carving your way into a genre that doesn't exist yet, which I think is what makes you stand out massively. And I think that's why the success you're having has been so prominent. And like, by the way, this is fucking amazing coming from all angles at you, because you're literally like, we're going to go this way and nobody's down here yet. So if you want to join in, but we started this shit. So
I kind of feel like, for me, it's very much that kind of, again, it's again, like Beck said, it's that overwhelming, like, oh, people like it. And it's like, I think it's that like little validation, not like validation to be like, yeah, we did something good, but it's that validation to the support we've had from it is at least for me, it's been that instance of like, people are supporting us and people are there with us, and it's like it's that little voice in your head that's like, keep going, and that means the world. That just means more than anything in the world, to just have that little, like, for us four, just a crazy little family of weirdos, and having a massive family of people that either we've not met or have met once, or we've met multiple times and we see all the time, being so supportive of us. It's like, yeah, we're not that weird.
The music video, though, must have been insanely fun. But I'm probably wrong in reading this. Is there been something banned about it, or someone's kicked off about it, or something? Because
YouTube isn't allowing us to advertise it.
Because of what reason? The blood, or
so the shocking content is the general term. But when I dug into the notification, it says you can't have any bodily fluids or waste was the term that they don't like. They won't advertise anything that pertains to bodily fluids. So, we always try and give our videos a little boost, pop a little bit of cash in. It means just boost it up on like adverts and stuff you recommended and things like that. But this we can't. So we're kind of just like, well, let's just use it as a marketing ploy and just say it's shocking. It's
it's great.
I've gone back.
It's like one of those things where, like, I don't know, I didn't actually think that was the most shocking part of the video, to be honest, because bear in mind, like, half of it is shot in a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
So
no, generally the first half of it was shot in a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
I believe you. I totally believe you. I
mean, we didn't get that cross on chain to from anywhere. Like, it's not so
just had
next to me in the chair that I'm in. I turned to my left. There was a cupboard full of animal prosthetics. That was fun. That was
they had to like angle the camera just right. Like they tried to go a little bit wider with it. Like, nope, we can't get that cabinet in because it's full of dildos. So we're just gonna sit here.
Behind me there were three suits. And one of them, we found out afterwards, one of them was called a full body isolation suit. But it was basically a leather worm suit. So we called it the worm suit.
The worm suit.
So yeah, that was fun.
It was fun to see that world. But it's something that, because we were looking at venues at the time and like locations, because we started storyboarding, but Theodore was like, we can't do too much until we know exactly where we're going to shoot, because a lot of it would depend on what the rooms are available and stuff. And I was trying to book like nightclubs and stuff in sort of Brighton and things, and not getting much back. And I was like talking to a friend of mine about the concept. She's like, we're in Brighton, it's like the most sex positive like city out there, there's got to be something. And then literally a 2-second Google search led us to the dungeon, and it's generally like awesome. Like
Oh,
Look for a good time. It's great. Like it's Airbnb style. Pick up some keys. You go in, and there's there's a nice bedroom. There's like you can book out like it's proper like hotel time. So would recommend like we're a sex positive band. So go have a good time if you like.
Like it's generally like it was wonderfully clean. It was well looked after. Like everything. Yeah. It was like hygienic to the absolute nth degree. It was ridiculous.
It was want that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, very much so. But even looking through it, it was like it was all of us were kind of giggling as we were going through. There's a Willie on the wall. But it was also one of those things that being like, I think me and Bex were talking about it afterwards and be like, this is incredible that there's a place like this for people, and that's like genuinely amazing. Like that's so cool that this is available for people. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is wicked.
Bex just went through again. This is schmexy enough. This is schmexy enough for my standards. Very schmexy. This will do.
Brighton, you say?
Yes. It's Brighton erotic boudoir. Brighton erotic boudoir.
And I didn't sit on the bed. We ended up using the bed as a green room. We were going to use it as a room to shoot in, but we ran out of time because we only had a small amount of time in there. And apparently it was very comfy. So, yeah. So,
To know. Good to know.
With the plethora of tracks that you've mentioned, and I don't know how much we could talk about this, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. Does this mean there's an album on the way?
It just might. It just. We've done a lot of recording this year, and we've been working on a plan for a schedule.
Okay.
And for some high anticipated thing, and we're looking that we might be able to announce something in the spring.
Interesting.
So keep your eyes peeled in the early spring of 2024.
It's every single one of our interviews.
There's always something we can't talk about. Like me and Adam did a podcast like a couple of months ago, and this was before we'd set a release date for False Gods. It was literally the week before we announced that we're going on tour then. And we couldn't say anything. It was really strict embargo. And and they're just like, oh, is there anything you need to announce? And they're like literally in pain because you can't talk about anything. We're like, no.
And there's literally after the URNE tour got announced, we were Rabid Fest interviewed Ricky Moshfield times ago. So what have you got coming up? Because like, 2 weeks later we were dropping podcasts.
About 3 days' time, and I can tell you, but in private, and then I can tell people publicly the following week, and that's just the life of a band. We've always got things you can't talk about, but you are itching to.
Well, we're saying that with the album, though, the way the music business is these days, it's not always obvious because of the world of Spotify and things on demand. Like a lot of bands we've spoken to are like, we're just happy releasing singles and EPs. We don't need to put an album out there. Don't really matter, does it?
I think it's because this particular thing we've been working on is it's a body of work that is to be released together. It's a concept. It's a conceptual story, and all the singles we've seen, bar Sunburner, are all part of this story. And that's why, as much as we could just keep dropping singles, it needs to be released together, and it needs to be one thing rather than like dribs and drabs. We've also got some really crazy proggy songs on it, so.
Your wording makes me very intrigued. I'm so very intrigued. Before you trip up and give someone away, we probably should move on, because you have just hinted at the fact that you are going on tour with URNE, 3rd of December, 10 dates. Mm-hmm. How excited are you for this tour?
So excited. I mean, it's just we've always wanted to really go around the UK and really go, like, we've played a lot sort of around sort of the M25 South and the Midlands, and we've loved those shows, but we've always wanted an opportunity to go further north, and there's certain venues across the country that we've always wanted to play. And then when we got offered this tour, I'm like, let me just have a look at where we're going. okay, let's just have a look at all the venues. Okay, so this is all the places we've ever wanted to go to as part of the next stage of gigging, and all the venues we kind of want to play. This is an absolute no-brainer. Like, we are doing this 1000%. So, and to go on tour with such incredible bands.
URNE and Mountain Caller are fucking ridiculous. They're so good. I saw Mountain Caller play with King Buffalo a couple of weeks back, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And I saw a bit of URNE just before at Bloodstock, just before we went to go get ourselves sorted out. And Jesus Christ, they're incredible. Like, it's basically this tour for us is just basically, we play for our set, and then we just get to watch that, like, two of the coolest fucking gigs ever. Like, this is going to be amazing.
And URNE guys, lovely guys. We got a chance to chat to them at Bloodstock. Really nice guys as well. So,
they're wonderful. Joe Angus and James are absolute diamonds. Absolute diamonds.
And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you in Bristol. So it's going to be great. When I saw you, because one of my best mates, URNE, one of his favorite bands ever, and his wife fucking hates anything to do with metal, guitars, anything of the sort. So he's like, I really want to go see URNE. And I was like, well, I'll go with you. I don't mind. Like, I'll happily go. I'm actually in Tamworth. I got it from Tamworth down. Anyway, it's irrelevant. But still, so I was like, I'll go. So then when I saw you guys go down, I went, oh, fucking hell, this is going to be amazing. And I was like, even more excited originally than I already was. So I am absolutely buzzing to see, because I actually get to watch you live for the first time. Obviously, getting to interview at Bloodstock, but obviously with press stuff, obviously you don't get to watch anything. Yeah. So I am going out of my mind, looking forward to seeing you guys and getting to hang out with you for a bit as well. It'd be great to see you both, and obviously the others as well. So it'd be great. But you mentioned that you played Rabid Fest. How was that?
Oh my God, you going?
You go, Babs. You go,
It
Babs.
was so much fun. I mean, it was our first show since Bloodstock, and I got to the point where, like, Bloodstock was such a high, and like it almost felt like because we had a little bit of time. We're working on this, like, after Bloodstock, we're doing the music video, we're doing this, we're doing lots of prep work. So we're really busy behind the scenes, but we hadn't got an opportunity to play together in a long time, and like really, really missing it. And then being like, you almost get that, like, if you haven't really done a gig in a while, you kind of get this like really kind of nervous feeling of like, oh, can we still do this? Is the magic still there? I don't know. We've played in such a time. And we got there and it's still there. Like, we had so much fun, like, and the response was just incredible. Like, it was just, and the building is a really, really good venue. Really, really enjoyed it. And it's just nice again to be in front of our community, and you kind of like, oh yeah, I love this little family. This is great.
And especially for me and you, Bex, being in the community as well.
By the end, we like I don't know, how did you orchestrate this, by the way? Because I literally just looked up and then you were there with your guitar and your mic stand in the crowd. It's like a full barricade. Like, it's not like a little like easy drop down. I was like, how did this happen? I
grabbed the mic. I literally grabbed the mic with the stand, pushed it over, dropped it down, climbed over, walked forward with all of the stuff, and was just like, I need to get
that bit. I was too busy doing like the last one of our set. It's like there's like this ethereal thing. So I was too busy like washing my hands around or something, and then I just sort of looked over and I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, well, I'm coming too. So I like come over, but I have really tiny legs, so I'm struggling to get over the barricade. So I'm like sort of halfway on it, halfway off it at this point. And then like we're just screaming at each other, and then I come into the crowd, and then I steal your mic.
Yeah, you started screwing off my mic.
Yeah.
Our tribe sets are chaos in general, like madness as they're playing.
So are you changing it? I don't know. I don't want to give obviously too much away with it, but are you changing it up for the URNE shows, or because obviously I imagine because obviously you're a support act is what I was trying to say. So obviously your time slot's a lot smaller. So like, are you gonna? I don't want to like actually find out too much, but I want to ask. If you know what I mean. How are you?
The sets are planned, and
okay,
got the sets planned and good to go. They're condensed.
We're going to be mixing it up, so like we have 3 sets.
Yeah.
That we're just gonna like just
They can
figure out
choose, basically.
how we're feeling on the night, really. And we're like, what do you want to play? What order? So it's like we found ways to make the songs like work, and they all work in sort of different orders. And it's like just how we're feeling, what we're doing. Do you want to sing this song tonight? Okay, let's do this set. There'll be some sets that some songs are included in, some aren't. So kind of every show you're going to get like a different experience, which is quite fun.
Ooh, I like that. But that mixes it up for you guys as well. Because obviously doing 10 days, you don't want to be doing the same thing 10 days in a row. It sort of makes it more interesting for you guys as well, I imagine.
I know. It changes it up. It really does change it up. But I
think
think
part of it was because like obviously there's so many songs that we love and we can't not play in a way.
Yeah.
So it kind of got to the point where we couldn't choose one definite set. And then we were like, and then I think Adam may have written 2 ideas already or something, and then we were like, why can't we just have both of them?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we? And then we're
And it's
like,
can we do this one? As well? It's like, yeah, we'll just do a third one. Why not?
Yeah. And then
so,
you were like, oh, do we want a third one? We're missing this particular song. I was like, we've got to play that song. Like, we can't not do talk about playing that song.
It's the one we like singing. Let's put that one in.
I like how like it's sort of like Impress will say, "Oh, we want to mix it up for different shows," but in reality, we're just really indecisive. We just couldn't we couldn't whittle it down after a point.
Yeah, basically. Again, like I've got like both my wonderful children behind me, and like it is going to be on the night. I'm going to be like, I don't know like which one I'm going to be using that night. Isn't going to be like, oh yeah, no, this one sounds better, and this one's like, I want this one because this one looks like this. This one's cool, and I'm going to use this one to that, and then that's going to get thrown at someone. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. I'm so excited.
Amazing. Looking past the URNE tour and like heading into 2024, like what's the Tribe of Ghost vision board looking like for the next couple of years? How far ahead are you to sort of planning now?
Oh, very far. I mean, we've already started writing. Then we've got the record that we're gonna be announcing more specifics in the spring, and then we're already writing the next one.
Yep.
After that, and
we've got
lots of festival next year already booked up. Like we're playing Takedown Fest, which is an amazing lineup. And actually they're announcing some more tomorrow, and there's some amazing bands on that. So I know this comes out after the announcement, but for you guys, keep an eye out tomorrow for announcements from Takedown, because there's some sick acts being shared. We've got all the assets, and I was like literally looking at them today like, oh,
it's so good, isn't it? It's so good.
And we just want to get out there gigging as much as possible because we just love it so much. And so just coinciding with that, and I think we had such a fun time making the False Gods music video. I think we just want to find opportunities to make really crazy creative things around the music as well. Like there's lots of ideas. It just depends how and what and when we can make it work. Anna's made this crazy light show idea that could be potentially an installation that we're thinking about maybe for 2025 at some point. But there's some stuff that we're playing around with and see what we can do. So it's just gigging as much as possible, sharing as much music as we can, and being really creative with it, really.
Interesting. You said about we wanted to, so sorry, go on.
I was going to say, as a few things that we do have announced next year, we're going to be playing for certain. There's a couple of things we do have. So obviously got Takedown. We have got Uprising as well. So we're going to be playing Uprising in Leicester. We're going to be playing Northants Rocks, where we're headlining the Sunday, which is going to be very, very fun. We're headlining a show at Club 85 and in Hitchin, and we've got a few other things that are in the pipeline that
you want to say but can't.
Yeah.
I was just chewing his jacket, and yeah, there's a few little bits and bobs, but yeah, just keep your eyes peeled.
Hugh Aspel, but it's a creative Jackson Pollock at the moment. With the
what I love about this and talking to you guys is you can see the passion and the love you guys, not only for what you do with the band, but for each other and as a band and like this whole community. And it's beautiful to see. And I really want people to take that away. We're saying like how like one of a kind you guys are, but it's not just the music. Like it's really inspiring just hearing you guys talk. Like I really hope people take that away.
Yeah.
But before we start wrapping up though, the last thing from myself, this is normally where I ask bands to like recommend 1 or 2 songs, but you've got 5 singles out on Spotify. People can't go listen to all 5, then they haven't got enough time. They can easily go do that. So I'm not going to ask that question. But instead I'll ask, if there's one of the 5 that maybe stand out to you as personal highlights that hold a special place in your heart for whatever reason that is, what would that be?
I'm gonna say False Gods.
Me too.
For me, it's this band it's kind of the band that's been the music and the creativity that's been percolating in my brain since I was the smallest creature that could ever think about music, and since I first heard anything by Nine Inch Nails. So False Gods is probably the first time that, and when I say this, I need to put this before, and I'm going to probably clear this up a bit more. Bex, Danny, and Ben have supported my weird little brain doing its weird little things. But False Gods is probably the first time that, especially from Bex, kind of maybe not in a very obvious way, but kind of to me, when we trust you, you've got this. And it's the first time, and for me as a song, it's probably the first time when it came into all the sound design. It's like, I can do this. I can actually do this, and I can play, and I can, and I'm my best friends are here behind me, going like, you can do this. You've got it, pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. And it's, for me, False Gods is, as much as it's a ridiculous, brutal song, it's probably, in my head thinking about it, it's probably one of those ones where I'm like, the biggest feeling of support from my friends that I've ever had, and being able to have my best friends behind me and keep pushing me to the point where now that pushing is just there the entire time, and the love and support for it is just, that's why I love this song, because it's like the start of that.
What about you, Becky?
I'd say for me, False Gods was probably like my real kind of first creative vision stake in the band. Because a lot of it, obviously, we still work collaboratively, but a lot of it was from Adam's mind at this point. And I think this was the first song that went, I want a song like this. And like, I sort of like directed in terms of like exactly like the references and stuff. And like, I took a big lead on like sort of writing the top line and like bringing those ideas and like a full draft basically to Adam and being like, this is kind of what I see it being like. And I wrote the lyrics and sort of the kind of the story, the vision as the story of the song as well. And like, again, it was another like similar thing for me, but in a different way. Like, I can do this. So like, I'm not just sort of writing bits of top line here and there and bounce off Adam. I can do this creatively as well, because I hadn't really done anything like this before in a long time, or felt confident in it in terms of like writing and stuff. I had been in other bands and been able to work, and I felt like I made something like good out of it, but this was the first time I was like, this feels like upper level, and like we could like, this could be something. It's not just fucking around at home and stuff like that. It's like this could actually potentially be something if people like it. But like it was it was probably one of those like kind of when we finished writing this song, I was like, I've got, and it kind of then became a part of our set and was a part of this bigger thing that we were developing. I was like, this feels right. There's something here.
That's just so schmexy.
Yeah, sure. Schmexy.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. And for someone that struggled with self-confidence issues his entire life, I completely get that. So to have that moment of like self-clarity, be like, fuck yeah, I did this. I made this happen. That is absolutely beautiful. And again, just shows the love that you guys have between each other. It's absolutely amazing to see. Mr. Stevens, do you have any more questions for our wonderful guests?
Yes, I do. I have one final. So when you started out wanting to be, a fire engine or being able to fly or bumper cars, that sort of thing, and then living in the world of jazz or musical theatre, did you ever think that getting to this stage now, this is where you'd be?
No.
I think in my wildest dreams, like, it's going to sound really weird, but there was like so my boyfriend used to be in an old band with Adam and the guys, and I was the wag, and
Phenomenal.
that was the setup, and I do remember like one point, I think we might have even toyed the idea of me featuring on a song at some point.
No, we did.
Yeah. I
remember
like I remember just having this distant memory, like, oh, maybe I'll sing at Bloodstock one day. Oh. and then like, and so I think I had an inkling that part of me would want to go into that world and something could happen. And I think maybe there was something subconscious there, like it could work, but it was just kind of trying to like structure the madness of it, and like, and I don't know, there was a hint of destiny about the message, because I was actually sitting on a train and I just looked at my phone and I got this message from Adam, and I don't know, it just felt like, yeah, this was right. And I think there was like a gut feeling of like, this, we're going on this kind of journey together, and that was very cool.
I'll definitely say younger me, small little creature me, probably had little to no confidence, had little to no confidence in themselves, and probably thought, I definitely didn't think about when I was younger, but it's definitely one of those things where in my career as a musician and I'm working in music, this is probably the first, like what Beck said, like this is probably the first time that it's like there's a spark here, and it's first time it's been a thing, and yeah, it's exciting, and it's exciting, but it's amazing to be able to share that. That's nice. Yeah.
I think when False Gods was released a few days ago, really re-stamped your place, and people went, fuck, these guys are actually really serious about this. And from my perspective, all I see is it's just up from here, and you're just going to fly now.
Thank you, guys.
I think
thank you.
And I'm really, I think Jamie as well, I think we're both quite excited to see where you guys are going. And yeah, we wish you every success.
Thank you very much. I'm still hoping that my guitars are on one piece by that happens,
but just remember us when you're big and famous and you're headlining and shit. Just remember us, yeah. Please.
Oh, don't you worry, you'll be there.
Before we let you guys get out of it, any plugs, social medias, anything you want people to go check out?
So False Gods is available now on YouTube. Please go watch it, because don't have any ads on it, because they won't let us. It's also on Spotify and all other major streaming platforms, and Bandcamp as well. Please give us a follow on our socials. We're on Instagram, Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on X. I have to remember this right as well. X. And make sure you come and see us at the upcoming URNE, A Feast on Sorrow UK tour. We're coming to Leeds, Carlisle, Newcastle, Glasgow. This is not in the right order, but we're also coming to Manchester, Milton Keynes, Birmingham, Brighton, Bristol, and London.
Yeah.
Tickets are available on earnofficial.com with all the right dates in the right order. So keep your eyes out for in 2024 for lots of big things. Takedown, Uprising, Northlands Rocks, and many more. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Straight off the tongue there. That was great.
It's almost like we planned it.
I know, yeah.
I'd love it if you were just like talking, you were doing it, going, yeah. 1 sec. And then this, and
guys,
I won't be able to read it. I won't be able to read it.
Guys, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time out to do this. It means the absolute world. It really does.
Thank you. That means the world.
This means the world's lost that people want to hear us chat shit.
bollocks for an hour and a half. We like a chill environment where we just talk bollocks. Nobody wants a really regimented. Why do you play music? Why do you write this song? Why do you know what I mean? Because people go, oh no, you know, you got to have a bit of a laugh and enjoy. It's like mates having a beer, just having a laugh. Do you know what I mean? And that's so yeah. But I was really excited when you emailed Adam and it's like, you know, here's a new song, and then I was like, well, fuck it, let's just get you on properly, because you know. It was. I felt really good. I don't know how Jamie felt about it, but I was gutted that we got rammed into that fucking. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that.
Sorry, Buzzstock. But...
No. The weather on Saturday was weird. It was so mental. We would like. I was halfway through an interview with Callum from GBHBL, and like, wonderful support. The band has been a supporter since we kicked off last year, and we were like halfway through the interview. It started raining, and it's like, for God's sake.
I was watching it back because it was genuinely one of my favorite interviews we did that entire weekend. I was watching the footage back and I was like, we're all cramped up. I was like, we could have looked a lot more comfier, like having this conversation.
I think, yeah, Bex and I used to being cramped up in like tiny spaces. Man.
But no, genuinely, thank you so much. It was absolutely amazing to talk to you guys again. It really was.
Phenomenal. Guys, this has been absolutely incredible. I'm so happy that we got to have you on here. Absolutely superb. We were so happy, you guys. We were so happy to have you guys on. It's great. Absolutely amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, not at all. Bloodstock was an absolute joy. Because obviously, I think I met you guys before Jamie turned up the day before.
It was on Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, these guys are going to be great. So that's why I was even more gutted when the weather was shit. But it happens, and then we'll just have to have you again, won't we? Like in person, properly, and do something. So yeah, but in all seriousness, thank you so much for doing this. It's been great to catch up. Have a fucking enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and have an absolutely superb weekend. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks in Bristol.
You too.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy.
Bye.
What an incredible, hilarious conversation. And I think you all listeners will agree with me. That is the greatest answer to what did you want to be when you grow up ever given in this show's history.
And also, don't join a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, don't join.
Simple as that. Don't join a pyramid scheme. I think is what we should take away from that entire interview is don't join a pyramid scheme.
Absolutely.
Right. So, you know, all the band and the singing aside, you don't want little tiny tubs of moisturizer that you can just make yourself. So
just make your own.
But seriously, on a proper serious note, though, Adam and Becky, thank you so much for taking the time out of your insanely busy schedules to sit and chat with us. We really appreciate it massively. Go to the URNE tour. All of you get tickets now. But most importantly, we really hope that you enjoyed listening to it as much as we did recording it. So I've gotten fucked up royally, Mr. Westwood.
What have you done?
I went and bought tickets for Jonathan Pye's new tour next year at the Cardiff Arena because it's a Black Friday sale. It's 50% off all tickets. So I was like, beautiful, 17 quid each. I'll take that. Went for the side of the stage. It's like, excellent, lovely. I'll take those. Bought them. Got excited. Perfect. And then went, hang on a second. Why is it row J, row K, row L, and row M? That makes no sense. I was like, I bought four tickets together. Little did I know, Jay, not paying any fucking attention, they turned it sideways. So the row is going down, not across.
Why the fuck would they put it that way?
Exactly. Hey, thank you.
It's always the little box at the top that represents the stage, and then it goes backwards.
And I just went, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. But I don't know, I'd gone J, K, L, M.
So you're all sitting behind each other.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Because you could all tap each other on the shoulder and go, that was funny, weren't it? That was great, that was. Pass it along.
So I've contacted Ticketmaster and I've gone, can I have a refund, please? I would like to exchange them for them sat next to each other. But realistically, no one's asked. So if they're not asked, that's fine. But I feel like a bit of a twat because I didn't look. I just went 1, 2, 3, 4 next to each other. So I didn't. You don't even like. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
you don't even consider the fact that it's going to be on its side.
Yeah, I was going to say, I get what you're saying, that you feel a bit of a twat, but at the end of the day, they always put it that way, that the stage is at the top and it goes backwards. So if they're going to fucking change it, idiots.
Thanks, Callum Concession Arena. Sorry, Utility Arena, whatever the fuck it's called now.
The name will change by the time the gig comes along. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine so. It's the end of February, so I'm literally boiling for soup 2 days before. So it's like, go. And the Saturday is Scotland, England, and Six Nations. And my friend Paul wants to go. So I'm like, it could be a mental weekend. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to say.
It could be a mental weekend. Anyway, this really blew my mind today. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if it should be true. Because if it isn't, I'm glad. If it is, if this is real, why? A rock climber has created a coffee mug that feels like the edge of a rock and is almost impossible to hang on to. I'll send you the photo so you can put it up for people to have a look at.
Oh.
But just for your eyes. Look at that.
Why?
What? Exactly. Oh, I would like a really fucking boiling hot beverage that I could hardly hold on
Yeah, I was going to say.
Is he training? Is this how rock climbers train? I haven't got my what I was about to say steps, not steps. My grip training in today. I'll get a mug in that I can hardly hold to really work the fingertips. Feel that burn. I can fucking feel it. I can hardly answer the
I've spilt it all in my lap. I can feel the fucking burn on my dick. Like, why?
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Hopefully it comes with a straw, like a metal straw. You'll be all right then. Just leave it on the table.
Why put a metal straw into a boiling hot? That'll just conduct the heat, you twat.
Yeah, but a hot drink will melt a plastic one, so...
You can't use a metal one either because you'll burn your lips.
Basically, you're fucked. Just use a normal mug. This guy's an idiot.
Would it make a really weird musical instrument? Would it whistle? It's like dancing in the drink because it's so hot. Oh, he's off again.
He's got a weird mug again. He's making music.
I just found that mental.
What?
And I was like, why would you want to? The problem with mugs these days, too many handles.
You can hold them. That's the problem with these mugs.
Yeah. You don't need handles. You need the smallest little bit of porcelain sticking out the side that you can just grab onto with the tip of your fingers. It's like a shit version of Ninja Warrior. Hey,
what's your training been for Ninja Warrior? Drinking coffee?
Yeah. With the tips of my fingers. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I'm almost there.
It's almost like he sat there and he went, I really miss climbing mountains and I really want a coffee. How can I solve both of these problems in
Yeah. Excellent.
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I know. But the biggest question I have for you to this week is, and I'm always intrigued by this, have you ever bought a gift for somebody and then not given it to them because you've always wanted it yourself?
I think I might have done that before. Or I've gone and then brought another one because I've decided I'd want to keep one of them.
Because it was a few months ago, Keris was buying some gifts for her friend's birthday, and she bought her a book, and she went, might not give it to you now. It's like, but you bought it. She's like, yeah, but I really want to read it myself. And I was like, well, just buy yourself a second. No, I'm not going to bother. I'll get her something else. Oh, okay.
Just read it really quickly and then give it to us still. Sorry.
Yeah, but you'd known it's red because it's paperback. But
true.
I've never done that. I've never ever gone and bought something and gone, do you know what? I'm not going to bother. Let's keep that.
I don't think I've ever done that. I think, like I've said, I think I've probably gone, actually, now I'm going to go buy another copy or something because I want one or something like that. But I've never gone, no, they're not having it. It's mine now. Fuck them.
Yeah, that's literally what she did. So I was a bit like, wow, okay.
that's a new one. But
yeah. I feel like I've got to know you a little bit better. I don't feel like
I'm going to judge you right now. That's what I'm doing, love. I'm judging you, okay?
I'm not sure what's going on right here. So, yeah. But no whinges this week. I just felt myself a bit of an idiot for buying tickets behind each other rather than next to each other.
I think you're entitled to that one. I think it's
okay.
It's understandable.
Well, I appreciate you on my side.
I've got you back. I'll back you up on this one.
I always feel there's something wrong with me, like I don't know if I'm a perfectionist or some sort, because I'm always like, you're dying. I can see your face. You are dying to be like, yep.
Yes, you are a fucking perfectionist, and you are.
Do you know what? I never realized. Seriously, I never. Someone said I might be on the spectrum, and I was like, I don't think so.
No,
I remember getting diagnosed with anxiety by the doctor in 2012, and I was like, no, I'm Tom Stevens. Nice to meet you. Wrong person. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest with you. So yeah, it's just annoyed me slightly. I appreciate you on my side though.
No, you got my back. Well, no, I've got your back.
Yeah, I've always had your back. Yeah, we already know about that. So, how are you anyway?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm pretty tired, but there we are. What's new? It is like 10:10 at night because late night recording.
This man hasn't worked for over a month.
Yeah, but now I'm back to work, and I shouldn't have gone back yet. I regret going back already.
Why?
I keep getting a lot of pain from when I'm at work. But at the same time, if I go off again, then it's, that's another absence. So yeah, I'm just trying to put up and shut up at the minute.
I think you should just get on with it, to be honest with you.
I am getting on with it. I'm just suffering for it.
You've not once gone, or anything that you were doing before.
I'm fine normally. Like normal day to day, I'm fine. But when I'm at work, when I'm like doing the job and stuff, it's hurting me more than I thought it would. That's why I went back, because I felt like I was fine. But
maybe she's strengthening. Maybe she's to strengthen up again.
Yeah,
maybe she's just weak, that's all.
It's got a weak neck. Because
you've damaged it, and it's the muscles obviously gone, I can't pop. So you just need to,
yeah, pretty much.
What about, this might be completely the wrong thing to say, what about head rolls on the floor? Roll your head on the floor. Yeah. Just to strengthen your neck a bit. Don't not on the very top, obviously, but like just roll your head on the floor.
I can't say I've ever done that, but yeah, maybe work.
Well, had I until I went training to be a wrestler for 6 weeks. And they make you do head rolls on the floor. And I was like, this is odd. But apparently it strengthens your neck muscles. No idea.
Give that a little look. You've never heard that before. There we are.
There you are. There you go.
Who knew that as a part of wrestling training? Roll your head on the floor.
Yeah, but it's obviously done properly, not just like,
hey, we're having a great time, lads.
We're not doing any gambols over here with the net, so yeah.
You're in the fucking gambols.
That's such a stupid fucking name. But mind you, comes from a ridiculous city, so that's why. You're very poor, mate. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and the city.
I feel like a Tory now. Oh, unclean. Sorry.
Who are you to judge the poor, you Tory bastard?
I'm not. Whoa. See you later. I'm out of
here. Anyway, how are you, my friend?
Pissed off now. Fucking livid.
Sorry. Just use a hammer the right way around, and you'll be fine again.
That's amazing.
Fucking idiot.
Do you know, right? I feel like sometimes they do it for press. I feel like they do it for to be like, well, you're talking about me still.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
We'd quite like to talk about you in a positive sense for once. Could you maybe achieve something in that light?
I mean, they haven't got on national TV and called a microwave a microwave, have they?
No, that's what you need to do. That's how you get good press.
I mean, that's just the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. To be quite honest with you,
fucking caught on though.
obviously trying to keep relevant. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Don't know what overcame me there. I think it's because you just called me a Tory and then it made me feel quite ill. Because I couldn't be further, I couldn't be further from it.
I know. Just to clarify, I don't really think that. You're fine.
I was going to say, I expect an apology in writing. Where was I at? My brain's gone.
I just asked you how you were.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, weirdly productive. It's been a very oddly productive day.
Okay.
In the sense that Keris wanted to go and look at Christmas shit in B&M.
Oh, God.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what, because we had to do food shopping yesterday. I was like, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go Wednesday night and you can just like, to your heart's content, have a little wander around and whatever. I'll just follow you. I was just like, okay. I ended up completing my Secret Santa, which I was not expecting. I was like, oh, cool. That's that sorted. For my family anyway, I've still got hers to sort, but that was good. And she's like bought nearly everybody their Christmas presents tonight, which was not expected either. We're like, oh, nice. Should we get Indian? Like, because it just felt weirdly productive. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll spoil it. Let's get an Indian. So takeaway, it's just nice. Yeah, so oddly productive. I've managed to cure my not sleeping very well by staying awake until my eyes physically won't let me anymore.
That's one way to solve it.
I've literally been watching like NFL Network or NFL whilst I've been in bed until I go, what's happening? I've obviously fallen asleep and I turn it off, and it's worked a dream.
Oh, there we are.
Really weird, doing it. Yeah. So I'll put Simpsons on or NFL on, and I just wait until I go, don't remember this episode, or don't remember this being on. Jobs are good. So yeah.
I used to have to do that to sleep. I couldn't go to sleep just lying there. I have to put something on.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's kind of like, oh, let's go to bed. I'm like, okay. Wow, it's very dark in here. So, what's 3 times 3? Oh, yeah, that's 9, isn't it? Yeah. Do you remember that song, OMC's How Bizarre? What a tune.
What a tune.
That's a good song. That's a great song. Yeah, so my nephew can walk now. And our brain just goes off on loads of tangents. I wonder if we can interview that person in that show for the show. That'd be really cool. So yeah, so I think it's best just to be like, until I'm absolutely exhausted, I will not go to bed.
Fair.
Simple as that, really. What have you been doing? What have you been? I couldn't get my words out then. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? What have you been doing with yourself anyway?
Well, I think the most important thing that we've been doing that we really probably should have mentioned a lot sooner, 1 week ago today, was the Chronicles of Podcast Live 2. And what a night we had. Yeah, absolutely incredible. We raised a great amount of money, just shy of £500 for the foundation. Thank you, every single one of you that helped and donated. A massive thank you to all 4 bands that played. You guys absolutely killed it. Dead happy. When you turned the power on, you absolutely killed it. Like, I fucking love those guys so much. A massive thank you to Subside. Dave, the guy that owns the place, was an absolute gem to work with to get it set up. Just massive thank you to everyone that was involved. What a night we had. It was incredible.
It was great. It was really great. So thank you very much. Yeah, graciously appreciate it. And we'll obviously, of course, we'll do it again. I definitely think we should do it for Sophie's birthday weekend. I definitely think we should do it on a Friday, for the Friday or the Saturday, just to have a bit of a night. But if they're going to do, we'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, I think we should make it the same weekend every year. Maybe in a different venue or whatever, but we should definitely do something for her. It'd be great. It was a great night. Big shout out to the University of Birmingham's Metal Society as well, Alex and crew. You're all heroes, and thank you for coming down. It was great to meet you all and having a good laugh, and I'm glad you enjoyed the night. So
yeah, absolutely incredible night. Like, there's so many more people to thank. Like, a massive thank you to Dina and the guys for trusting us to do this. A massive thank you to the wife for manning the table for us. A massive thank you to Tony Gaskin, a stage dive photographer, for the incredible photos he took, and Damien, he took some incredible photos. Like, it's been such an amazing response from the night. Like, absolutely, yeah. Just, I love you all.
I just love that I framed my poster already. It looks great.
I need to get wind up. I will need to get
Those
those.
posters were super sexy. So yeah.
They are.
So yeah, big shout out. Thank you to Second Cities, Tooth and Dagger, Dead Happy, and Recall the Remains for playing. We'll definitely be in touch in the future, and we'll definitely get some more nights and more places set up. It'd be great. So yeah, it was great. Great night. Loved it. Can't believe it was a week ago.
I know it feels like it was longer. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it feels like longer. But other than that, we've done an interview which you guys have already heard. So enjoy. I hope you all enjoyed because we did. As I previously stated, I've gone back to work. Unfortunately, yeah, I do think I went back a bit too soon, but there we are. It's just like walking back in and going, I remember this. Can I go home now? But yeah, it's what it is. And I've been to see the kids twice since we recorded last.
Fucking hell.
Today and last Thursday, because it's been, what, 8 days since we recorded? Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember
9
the show
days.
anymore.
It
Yeah.
was last Monday. So yeah, I've been to see the kids twice. Earlier on today, Sam spent most of his day at his girlfriend's, so me and Lena were just cuddled up watching anime on YouTube.
Sam's got good for now as well.
Yes.
Okay, they're
It went from being they're just close friends to then all of a sudden they're dating now. So, but she's ace. I met her before. She's ace. She's really funny. So yeah, I watched some anime. I don't really watch anime, but me and Lena watched a couple of episodes of My Hero Academia. It was actually all right. Actually, I didn't mind it. There's worse programming out there.
Am I losing you? I'm losing you now.
No. I've tried watching it before. I watched the first episode and I was like, I can't carry on with this. But then when I watched it earlier, Lena was like, it's actually all right. It's not something I'm going to go home and pick up, but if they want to watch it, I'll happily watch it.
Give it a couple of weeks. Wait for the New Year special. You'd be like, oh my God, it's amazing. I'm on season 15 already.
Surprised me knowing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I finally started another binging program because I finished all of 911 and everything. And I've started watching, what's it called? Smallville. Started that. I never watched it. I think me, the man that loves his comic book stuff, I never ever watched Smallville. So I started watching that. It's cheesy as fuck. Like, really fucking cheesy. But it's all right. See how we get on with it.
I'll give that a couple of weeks as well. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. I'm on season 6 already. You know.
It's not bad. It's just mega cheesy.
So can binge shit and watch anime, but have no time for daddy. Interesting.
Why do I always forget about daddy?
Interesting. Especially what you're missing out on right now.
I know, I just never think about it. I don't know why.
For those that are unaware, New Zealand have been hosting a Bird of the Century competition. Bird of the Century, might I add, which was opened up to the world. So obviously, Daddy got involved.
Oh, now you've piqued my interest.
Dude, this is what I mean. I've been trying to tell you to watch it for so long.
Oh, I don't know what it is. I just never think about it.
The adverts he's been putting out have been unbelievable, and he's been pissing off so many people in the bird world in New Zealand, and it's been fucking unreal. And obviously, former guest of the show twice, Noel McNeil, has been involved as well, and it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. I kind of want to spoil it for you, but I don't know if I want to or not because the results have been announced. But
how many weeks has it been going?
The competition on the show's been going for about 3 weeks.
Okay, let me play catch up because you've really piqued my interest now. I want to.
The latest episode is the announcement of the winner. So you need to go back to series episode. That's probably about three or four shows ago.
Okay, you've really piqued my interest now, so I'm gonna have to go find out.
For those who don't watch last week's Night of John Oliver, you need it in your life. Simple as that. You just need it in your life, and you'll thank me afterwards.
Yeah, it is a great show. I just don't know why I don't think about it. But there we are.
Dude, seriously, Gareth's been loving it just for that bit.
So, other than watching last week tonight, what have you been up to, my friend?
Oh yeah, sorry. Was that the rest of it? Is that everything you've been doing? Is it?
Yeah, I haven't really done a lot.
How about fuck all?
Fair enough.
I've Rihannaed. Still been Rihannaing. Just looking forward to the Christmas break now. Like I'm just like willing it on. Like
yeah.
It's so close. I think I've got like two official weeks left. I think maybe three and a bit are like official weeks to go. Because from the 15th, I'm going up to Tamworth for a Christmas party day out. And we've got 3 weeks in work, the Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, 18th, and 20th. But both my directors are away, off for Christmas. And one of my other members of staff is away. One of my colleagues, should I say, sorry. So there's 3 of us in my team. And I'm pretty sure there's loads. So I don't think much will get done. in those 3 days. So yeah, I think I've got about 2 official weeks left, 2.5 official weeks left. So I'm just buzzing for Christmas now. Like I'm so ready for a break, like a proper break. Go on.
I don't think I've ever had a job where you get a Christmas break. Like I get Christmas Day off.
It started for me last year. So last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Last year, I joined the event services in November of last year. So last year I got to experience it for the first time ever. And it was like, this is nice. Yeah, this is really nice.
It sounds nice.
So this year.
Yeah, I'm working Christmas Day this year.
You know, what can I say? So I'm off from the 20th into the 3rd.
Oh, nice.
So I break on the 20th and go back on the 4th. And the 4th's a Thursday. So it's 2 days. I'm off for the weekend.
What's the point?
It's New Year's and stuff and the way it works and the bank holidays and everything. Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, I've just been watching like the rugby, watching the NFL, watching the football. Nothing of any true excitement, to be quite honest with you. I'm trying to think if we watched a film. I don't know if we did. I'm on Ted Lasso. I'm on season 2, episode 7. Okay. It's fucking amazing. That series, that show is. So we're off to London in a couple of weekends' time. So we're going to Richmond. We have to go for a wander around because I'll take some photos for Ori and send them to her. I'm really, dude. There's one character played by Brett Goldstein, plays Roy Kent, who's just the best character I think I've ever seen in a show ever. Just a very angry
mentioning him the other week. Yeah.
So funny, so funny. I can't recommend it enough. So I recommend you watch Ted Lasso at some point as well.
Okay.
Because it's fucking great. So I've been watching that. Oh my God, as well. I've just remembered. Wednesday, 29th of November, today as we record, Slow Horses Season 3's just come out. Slow Horses is back. Which is the show with Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I'm going to be telling me about it before. Yeah.
Oh my days. So yeah, I'm buzzing to watch that now as well. Well, I'm not going to bed tonight. So yeah, it's just been a lot of watching. Like nothing's really happened, mate, to be honest with you. We did that interview last week, which you just heard on here, with Becky and Adam. And it's been a bit of just getting ready for Crimbo more than anything else. Like I said, we went food shopping yesterday, went out and got some bits. The tree's fucking there now.
Yeah, we're putting everything up tomorrow because Becky's going away for the weekend. We normally put it up on the 1st, but because Becky's going away on the 1st, we're doing it tomorrow instead.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Fair enough. Lovely. So, while we're here, I think we should hear. Do you reckon we should? Do you reckon? Do you think?
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you think?
I reckon maybe. Yeah, go on.
Should we bring Braden in?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Braden Barry at Stay Cozy Clothing.
All right.
Is this thing on?
Well, howdy doody, everybody. This is Braden Barry from Say We Can Fly, founder of Stay Cozy Clothing, your one-stop shop for the coziest, most fashionable hoodies, t-shirts, and more.
Gosh, Mickey. That's right, folks. And we're proud to say that we are now sponsoring
the Chronicles of Podcast. Ouch.
Hosted by Tom and Jamie.
Like, you can get 10% off, man! That's right, Shaggy! Just use the special code, The Chronicles, at checkout.
Oh, boy!
I'll say it once, I'll say it twice, thrice, foice, fice, and sice. Greatest advert ever. 5 didn't already worded it. Fice. That was awful.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, well, I'm pleased. But you laugh at everything. So it just.
Not everything.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Puppy's being kicked. Anyway.
Fuck, it made me laugh. God damn you.
Jamie, it's time for Callum's Treachings.
Yes.
Do you want to know something? Callum will be able to tell you in Callum's Treachings.
Is cereal soup?
Ooh.
Yes, so, ladies and germs, Callum is back. I forgot, for that very brief second, I completely forgot what segment we're on. Callum is back to teach the nation, the world, the universe. Aliens tuned in with their photon rays. and like to tune into this section every single week as they absolutely love the absolute nonsense that the Treacher comes out with. So, without further ado, what is Callum Treaching us this week?
Intentionally losing at rock, paper, scissors is just as hard as trying to win it.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's like, what, you know, like that meme or that gif of when that woman's just staring and it's just all those math equations flying past it. That was like that. You're like, oh my God. Wow. Why would you want to intentionally lose it?
Maybe if you're playing with a child and you don't want to hurt their feelings or something. Well, me, I'd say that you'd be like, fucking loser. But
yeah, well, they got to learn somehow. Can't just fucking let them win all the time. That's not how it works. Like, you know, I own attention, yeah, I'm sure you go for it.
But yeah,
it's not how life works, Jamie. Anyway, yeah, but it's just a really it's like, how are you gonna because it's I can't see my brain's going. To
be fair, I used to find it really easy to purposely lose to Olivia when she was younger because she'd always do rock. I was like, I'll just do scissors, and she wins, and she doesn't moan at me. So that was quite easy. But when you're playing properly, yeah, impossible. How are you going to intentionally lose?
Like a finger or something. Pencil. Oh shit. That's not one. Is yeah, you were so.
I don't know the rules of the game. I'm sorry, I'm disqualified.
It just reminded me of the Acclaimed when they played it, and they just kept doing scissors every time. Oh, fuck it. So good. I'm just trying to think in what sort of situation. When does rock paper scissors get used now? Does anyone play anymore?
It's normally to make decisions these days, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, it's
who's
not
going
really
first? I don't know. We'll do rock paper scissors.
Yeah, it's not really a game. You know, is there money on the line? Is your life on the line?
Not really.
Imagine Russian roulette with that. Fuck, you know.
I just reminded me actually when I worked at Morrison's, and I used to have to do the envious task of calling people over the tannoy to come to checkouts. I fucking hate doing that. And I called 2 people. By the time they eventually got there, I only needed 1 person. I was like, I only need one of you now. I don't really care which one stays. They literally looked at each other. No words came out of their mouth, and they both just went rock, paper, scissors. And the person that won got on the tilt was like, that was fucking amazing. Like, what just happened?
Dude, how can you hate me on a tannoy? I would have had so much fun with that.
Because you can't say anything fun on it. You just got to be like, please come to checkouts.
Yeah, but you can turn around and go, well, you're going to fire me. I didn't swear. I didn't offend anybody. I just went, come on down. I do that.
I've done that.
Yeah, that's one I definitely do.
Especially on my last day, I should have just fucking gone for it, balls to the wall.
Yeah. Welcome to Who's Going to Work the Tills? Brian Dennehy, come on down. Yeah. Susan Parker, it's your lucky day. Come on down.
It could be you. I should do like I'm a celebrity. It's not you. It could be you.
There's so many.
Oh,
it would have been just great. And if they get shit with you, go, what are you going to do about it? I don't understand.
Not make me do the tunnels anymore. Fine by me.
Oh, no, you'd keep doing it, wouldn't you? Okay. I don't know. I was supposed to do a Star Wars reference, but I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about or what's going on. I was about to say, the Force is strong with you. The till you shall work.
Close. The Force is strong with this one is generally what's said, but that's pretty close.
Oh, is it? Oh, I have no idea.
Pretty close.
But yeah, I generally can't think of any reason now why anybody would try to intentionally lose at rock, paper, scissors.
No, normally.
Or even play it at all. Other than like decision to like, oh, I don't want to do that, and oh, I don't want to do it either. Well, let's rock, paper, scissors.
That's literally the only time I could think of anyone playing it.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I even.
Should we have a quick game?
If you want, yeah. On or after 3?
After 3.
After 3.
After 3.
So 1, 2, 3, bush. Yeah. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Go again.
should have known that was going to happen.
Bring your hands up a little bit so I can. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
Jamie wins.
Tom Stevens to the checkouts.
Ooh, I fucking hate doing tills. Fucking hate. I remember when I got signed up for Sainsbury's. It's a Christmas temp. The last time I ever Christmas temped. No, that's a lie. Actually, I did it in 2020 during the COVID. Did I? Yeah, because I was furloughed, so I just did HMV. I went to Sainsbury's in 2019, and it's just after my heart attack. I had my heart attack. No, yeah, I had my heart attack when I just started there. Luckily, they had me back. I went back because yeah. And where was I going with this? I was meant to be on tills. That was the whole point of why they hired people just for tills. And I turned around and went, could I not do this and do stock instead? And I'll prove to you why. And they wanted to hire me properly, and I said no because of the money. And yeah, there we are. Eclectic was born and all that sort of shit. Anyway. Excuse me. What else is Callum treating us this week?
There's a limit to how much effort you can put into a Halloween costume of a police officer.
Do people do? I've never seen.
Really clever this week. I like this. It's a really good point.
You can't impersonate an officer, can you?
Yeah, precisely. So there is a limit as to how much effort you can put into that costume.
Have you ever seen anyone do Halloween police officer? I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it.
Only like kids dressing up costumes. I've not seen an adult do it.
They probably wear really short shorts now and that sort of thing. And
I've not been out on a Halloween night in that many years.
Yeah,
it could be happening.
You're the more outgoing one of us, Cal, so you've probably seen way more. But like, we're all decrepit men now.
Yeah, you should hit your 30s.
Well, we're close to 40 and 30, mate. So
yeah, I'm fucking done on it. Feel it and all. Oh, my knees.
Well, no, yours is your neck. Yeah. I slept weird and now I've broken my face.
I didn't deny that.
That's literally you. I can't seem to turn my head for some reason. Where am I? Come on, Jamie, let's get you back into bed. I've never seen anyone dressed as a police officer.
No, I don't think.
I wonder how far you could go. I wonder if any limit. I don't think there's any limitation there. So I think as soon as you represent it in any way, shape, or form, it's like no.
Oh, that's a point. Yeah, maybe you could do full hog, but if anyone comes near, you're gonna go. Yeah, it's just fancy dress.
I reckon that'd be really fucking good. Like in a club or something, people are like, oh shit,
we're in trouble.
Walk around like, right, you'll come with me. Actually, that was really creepy, and never do that ever. All right, anyone ever, don't ever do that. That made me feel quite sick.
So they rip off the trousers like stripper trousers.
No, I was like, you could put someone in cuffs, take them out, and like back to mine. But obviously, that's kind of kidnapping.
Let's not do that. Let's not encourage that. No, let's not do that one.
My brain just, as soon as I said it, my brain just went, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you all right? Are you ill?" Yeah, don't do that. Nobody do that ever.
Nobody do that. No.
Ever. Don't even attempt in any way, shape, or form.
How about we just don't dress up like policemen? Let's just say that. Just not run the risk.
Unless it's consensual, no. Right? Unless it's consensual, fucking nothing like that happens. So sorry. I will punch myself after this. And I will like it.
Oh, you're hard.
It's gonna beat mummy. So anyway, and finally, Jamie, let's move right away from that. And finale. What is Callum treating us this week? Come on down.
There's a lot of technique and nuance of scratching one's balls that most people just don't quite appreciate.
This is so true. This happens to me. I think it was early today or yesterday. You have to get it just right, otherwise it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
I think a couple of days ago I went in for the proverbial scratch, missed, and just completely went through testicle. I was like, It feels like birds. It's weird, but then when you get it right, oh my! It's like harps start playing. Harps even. That's not a harp; it's a violin. Harps start playing. You know,
violins start playing.
You know, and then you start like playing the drums. Anyway, where was I going with this? Yeah, it's like it's indescribable. It's indescribable. It's like trying to find an itch you've been trying to get at for like minutes or hours that you haven't quite hit, and then when you get it, it's like the angel starts singing, and that aura comes out, and you're like, oh, you start floating on a bed of clouds. It's a glorious experience.
Nothing worse. Oh, sorry, Karen.
Right.
I was going to say, nothing's worse than when you're in public and it hits and there's like no discreet way to do it. It's like,
Okay, what's worse in public? Itchy balls or itchy ass?
Or probably itchy ass.
Do you reckon that's worse? Because behind you, you obviously don't turn around to scratch your ass, do you?
No, you can sort of keep an eye out who's looking in front of you. Behind you, you got no hope. There could be anyone walking behind you, sees you picking cloth out your ass.
Picking cloth. Nice. Touching it or picking it?
Picking it.
Like it. Because I always have that really horrible feeling that when I've got an itchy front, I'm like, oh no. Because I normally wear shorts a lot of the time, so it's quite easy to access. But then you don't want to look around like you're playing with yourself or walking around town centre. Do you know what I mean?
Very true.
Right? Like, excuse me, sir, do you mind? What's going on?
It's got a scratch.
It's got itchy balls, love. It's got itchy fucking balls. Do you want to see? Right here. Sorry. Anyway. Callum Treacher.
Free this week.
Bravo, just give him a round of applause. Absolutely unbelievable.
The aliens have just learned a lot about us as people.
They have. That's literally what they said.
Exactly that.
Anyway, I now have to follow.
You do.
Tom's journal.
And welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal.
Welcome to another edition of Tom's Journal. So, I can't believe how relevant the fucking opening entry to the journal is to you this week. So I threw out my back sleeping, tweaked my neck sneezing, so I'm probably one strong fart away from complete paralysis. Paralysis, even.
Paralysis. I knew what you meant.
I tripped over the word. Paralysis.
Paralysis. Yeah, that's me. That's going to happen to me. I just know it.
Yeah. I farted and my arms fell off. I don't quite understand, Doc. What's going on? How are you carrying them? Oh, no.
It's me.
You're going to the bank. Banker, sir, your account is overdrawn. Me, sir, your eyebrows.
Not where I saw that going.
Oh.
Oh Christ! I did not see that going there. Then it took me for a minute.
Oh, phenomenal!
Oh, I enjoyed that. Oh.
Throwback to Super Bar fight. 1 minute, you were young, cool, maybe even a little dangerous. The next minute, you're reading Amazon reviews for birdseed.
Oh, birdseed! That is one of the greatest moments ever in the history of anything we've ever recorded.
That was great. That was very early days as well.
That was.
A dog is able to learn up to 250 words and gestures. A dog can also count up to 5 and can perform simple maths. Equivalent to human age, 3. A cat doesn't give a fuck and is sick of your shit. Equivalent to human age, 42.
Accurate. Yep.
But again, really? Jesus Christ. Although, I saw a video of a cat's automatic feeder had broken. So all the food it's the top had just all come out, and it was going to fucking town. I don't think it was even chewing. It was just gnawing through that food like you wouldn't believe. Something hilarious. I feel like this is a note to you, and I feel like this could be you as well. I want to be a villain, so I could just saunter everywhere. The heroes are always sprinting, always running. You ever seen Darth Vader run? Hell no. And I ain't about to either.
That is smart. That's very smart. I like that. Yeah. Plus, a good saunter, you can't beat. Yeah, I'm going. Yeah. I'm going to be Oh, I just have a cape to go with it. Yeah. That's a life. Anyway, yeah.
What? Been killing people?
Yes.
Jamie, do what you love, and money will follow. Okay, cool. So I've eaten pizza, drank wine, took a 5-hour nap in my underwear, and took selfies with my dog. Now I wait.
If only. That would be the life.
Minus the wine. There we are.
Yeah, minus the one. We'll replace that.
I absolutely hate it when motherfuckers say it's 9:15. Just say it's 8:75. God damn it, you're all stupid.
Fuck's sake. There it is. There it is. Every week.
This is you and me down to a fucking T. Screw work, I say, as I continue to show up on time every day. I don't even fucking care anymore, I say, as I continue to work harder.
Yep. Yep, and yep. Oh, absolutely, unfortunately, is very true.
Always the way.
Always the fucking way.
Do you know what, Jane? I know you don't drink coffee, but it's so satisfying that Costa coffee letters can be coloured in for milk type. C, coconut. Oat for O. S for soya. T for tit. And A for almond.
Fuck's sake. You almost had me then. I was like, wasn't thinking ahead. Just like, oh yeah.
When I first read it, I was like, this is really clever. Then I realised that was in there.
Fuck's sake.
God. Creates worm. Hello, little buddy. Worm. Thanks for the worm welcome. God creates birds.
Clearly, God does not appreciate a dad joke, and Consini's supposed to be everyone's father. I think he needs to sort himself out, quite frankly. That's a great joke. That's my level of humour. I would have been a worm. Yeah.
I cut under my fingernail. Universe. Excellent. I will send you an unusually high number of encounters with citrus fruit.
So true. Even if it's not citrus fruit, you get a cut or anything anywhere, you seem to just happen to do anything that makes it hurt. Like
chili, salt.
Yeah. Grazing it on a wall or anything, just fucking no matter what it is, you'll do it.
It's definitely an entry for you. Time traveler. So look, be careful, right? Interaction could change history. Me, got it. Ride dinosaurs really carefully. Time traveler. No. You cannot ride dinosaurs. Me, oh, okay, only ride one dinosaur. Time traveler, 0 dinosaurs. Me, gotcha, I understand. Time traveler, you're still holding a giant saddle. Me, yeah, it's something else.
If you're going to go back to the dinosaurs, you're going to want to ride one. Let's be honest.
Not really.
Probably not really. Probably going to shit yourself, but you'd want to, at least.
No, I don't want to.
Maybe not in practicality.
I
but
don't. I
the
really
idea.
don't want to. I really don't want to. I don't want to go back to that age. I don't want to ride a dinosaur.
But saying that, in now we can ride animals like horses, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, the idea of riding a horse terrifies me, quite frankly.
Do people ride donkeys at the beach anymore?
I don't know. Is that still a thing?
I don't know, to be honest.
I remember I rode a camel in Egypt, and I still don't, to this day, don't know how that happened.
You obviously got on it between the humps and it stood up and it
Yeah,
worked.
but no, obviously I know that, but it was like the guy we spoke to, he was like, "Oh, take a picture. I'll sit by it. I'll sit on it." And next thing I know, I'm at the other end of the beach. I'm like, "What the fuck just happened? And why have I now got less money? What the hell?"
Are they that fast?
They are fucking clever people over there.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So here's a thought for you. Could be Treach. In reality, plants are farming us by giving us oxygen so we live and reproduce, then we die and decompose so plants can consume us.
Holy fuck. That's a bit scary to think about.
Just a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah. Shit, who's the dominant species on this planet? It's the plants.
No, it's definitely us. I'm going to give you a couple more.
Okay.
I'm going to end on a belter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's see. Another day's passed without using bracket A plus B bracket squared equals A squared plus 2AB plus B squared.
Thank fuck, because I don't know what any of it means. Other than I think it might be Elon Musk's second child.
Probably.
Yeah.
We're going to do algebra. What for?
No reason whatsoever.
Unless I'm going to be a physicist, I've got no plans to use this whatsoever.
When you grow up, you won't have calculators. One fucking bet, love.
So, James, it's been 4 years since my job interview. Begin to suspect they chose somebody else.
That might be stupider than the last stupid entrance.
And finally, this is great. 12 people have been to the moon. Only 8 people have won Takeshi's Castle. Really makes you think.
Is that true? If so, that is fantastic.
I rarely saw people win Takeshi's Castle.
No, it's very true.
Like, rarely ever saw it.
I don't think I ever saw anyone win it. I didn't exactly watch it religiously, but
I used to love it when I was younger. And I think I saw one person win it.
That's fucking wonderful.
That's just nuts.
More people have been on the moon than have won Takeshi's Castle. That is bonkers to think.
But Jamie, that was another edition of Tom's Journal.
And a fantastic edition it was. So I enjoyed that very much.
Thank you, sir.
It's about getting into schools and talking to young people because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
Me, Mr. Stevens.
Jamie, Jamie, oh Jamie. Jamie, Jamie, Jamie.
It's audience participation time.
Participate, bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to participate in Jamie's participation challenge.
I'm embarrassed that it took me a minute to catch on to what that was then.
What was it, Jamie?
It's Holy Diver.
It was Holy Diver, yes.
Yeah, it just took me a couple of seconds to click on. Didn't get the wrong way around, like Fireman Sam, Postman Pat, or whatever it was.
What did I get that Thomas Tank Engine.
Thomas Tank Engine, that's it, sorry. Anyway.
What a twat.
This week, we're going to ask a very simple but kind of weird question. Have you ever looked at your pet or an animal and thought, that's the life? Well, this week I ask you, if you could be any animal for one day, what would it be and why? What say you, Mr. Stevens?
I think being a sea creature, mammal, whatever, would be weird. I think I'd be a dog because you get to love unconditionally for like 15 odd years. Get loads of pets and strokes and pats and get to go nuts and go walking and lose your shit all the time and love life. That's what I think that's what I'd do.
Like that. Yeah. Same time, I kind of feel like if you can get away with being an absolute twat for a day and not have any repercussions, might be quite fun. So I might be a cat. Because mine's a dickhead that just sleeps all day and then when she's awake is an arsehole. So
I'll be honest with you, like obviously because I was at yours last week. I don't see it. But
it's just against me. She hates me. But it's fine. Because I hate her too.
Okay.
I think we hate each other. It's fine. The rabbit's my friend, that's all. Anyway, let's get some audience answers. First, we've got I'm just going to get this one out of the way. Martin Skerritt. He wants to be a mosquito so he can suck you, Tom. Afterwards, he apologises.
Yeah, that's what made me laugh even more. Fucking love that guy.
Jason Gullick. A male dog. I don't think I need to explain why. Fuck's sake, Jason. This went dark fast, I'm not going to lie. Jade Sarah Harris. A bird, because a lot of people deserve to be shat on. That's fantastic. That's a great answer. Joe Smith, a fly, so I can go and listen in on the shitstorm I've just created. That's painfully fucking accurate. Yeah, I can see that. Darren Stevens, a blue whale, just for my massive wank.
Oh, fuck's sake.
That's your dad, that is.
Yes, it is. Sorry, guys. To everyone listening to this, I apologise.
Gemma Williams, I'd like to be a bear. You get to sleep for 6 months of the year, and I could do with that. And plus, there'd be a bear, so rah.
Isn't it a day?
It is a day, but still, just sleep for the whole day. Fuck it, why not? Lizzie Edwards, a kangaroo, so I could knock some people out. There's some serious aggression going on.
That is genius.
It is pretty genius. Becky Westwood, I'd be an owl, so I could sleep all day and just have a fly around. Yeah. I'm quite surprised she didn't say an octopus, to be honest. Claire Jones, a T-Rex, so I could step on people that I don't like. So a lot of aggression. A lot of aggression.
Is that an animal, though, Claire?
I mean, it counts.
It's a dinosaur. It's not an animal.
Dinosaurs. Were they animals?
I'm going to family fortunes your ass. Null and void, Jones.
Nicola Babenza, I'd be one of my cats. Wilson, specifically, just so I could find out where the hell he goes to, because I have no idea.
I do wonder where they go sometimes. I do wonder what their adventures are like. Put a GoPro on him.
It's a genius idea. Someone put a GoPro on a cat.
They'd probably leave it though. Probably take off and leave it somewhere. That cost 250 quid, that you bastard.
Well, don't stick a fucking camera on my head then, human. Nina Brian Hewitson. Similar. A cat, so I could sleep all day and no one would bother me.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it. Richie Rich. I would be the penguin from Wallace and Gromit because it's evil.
How the fuck they made plasticine look that evil? It's nuts. Unbelievable.
It's just impressive skill. And last but not least, it's Mr. Mally Malpass. He says, do I get to keep my consciousness within the animal, and am I in the animal's natural environment? Because I'd love to be a tiger, but I'd either sit bored out of my gourd in a jungle or just get frustrated on my sofa because I can't use my phone with my massive deadly claws and paws. I don't think I'd get the full animal experience. Says, but if I get to have the full experience and remember it, then I'd definitely something of avian, an exotic parrot perhaps. I could experience flight, shout random shit at humans and feel really fucking pretty. Or I'd be Animal from the Muppets who could play the drums. I knew someone, and I think it was about 2 or 3 people said Animal from the Muppets. You all know what I meant. But what great answers. I really enjoyed that. A lot of pent-up aggression. I wasn't expecting so much aggression with this question.
Yeah, it's this day and age, mate. I think it's all you should expect more than anything else.
Pretty much, yeah.
But thank you to everybody, bar my dad, who participated in that. I'm joking, of course. Thank you to everyone that participated in Jamie's challenge. It is graciously appreciated, as always, and we love it when everyone gets involved, so thank you so much. The new one is already out for next week, so please get involved. But if you enjoy Jamie's participation challenge, Tom's Journal, Callum's Treachings, the absolute fucking who knows what that we talked about after the interview and the interview itself, then you enjoy the other 111 editions of the Chronicles of Podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. Yes, I said 111. There is a lot of content out there for you to thoroughly enjoy. And we have more than just the 111 episodes, let's put it that way. Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast from, would be great. Please leave a review. That'd be absolutely amazing. 5 stars, yeah? I'll pay you afterwards. But come on down to our YouTube as well, at the Chronicles of Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified when new videos are released, and comment to your heart's content. It would be graciously and lovingly appreciated. You can also find us. No, hang on, before I move on, I'm so sorry. On our YouTube, you can find all of our interviews are on there. All of our shows are on there. All of our hashtag WBW Way Back Wednesdays, which are all our previous interviews from previous channels, are available on there as well. Our 2022 and 2023 Bloodstock interviews are available on there. Our 2023 2000 Trees interviews are available on there. Our Dublin Crust vlogs on there. Our 2 Bloodstock vlogs are on there as well for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. So please enjoy this absolute plethora that is available to you. It'd be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. You can also find us on Facebook at the Chronicles of Podcast. Make sure you like that page, share it everywhere, subscribe, whatever it is you need to do, share memes, gifts, say hello, whatever you want to do. It'd be graciously appreciated. But whilst I've been waffling, I've completely forgotten, Jamie. Where else could you find us?
Listening to the brand new Tribe of Ghost songs, False Gods, because it's an absolute fucking banger.
Absolutely. And then be on our Twitter /X or whatever the fuck it's called now, at TCO Pod. But whilst listening to False Gods by Tribe of Ghosts and on our Twitter, where else could you find us?
Making all of life's important decisions with a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Absolutely. And on our Instagram at TCO Pod. Find us on TikTok at TCO Pod. Find us on LinkedIn at The Chronicles of Podcast. Or come on down to our website at www.thechroniclesofpodcast.com. You can find out all about us on there. All of our shows and sponsors, all our shows and episodes are on there. Our affiliations and sponsors are on there. And our little dainty little shop that we have on there as well. Excuse me, get yourself a t-shirt or a hoodie or whatever you deem necessary to fulfill your day. It'd be graciously appreciated. So that is as follows: at TCO Pod on all social media, or at the Chronicles of Podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe. It would mean the world to keep up to date with all the latest interviews and news. And I'm now going to just pass you over to my co-host, Jamie.
Before we get out of here, let's say thank you to a few of our friends. First, we didn't mention it earlier, so we'll mention it now. Our wonderful friend, Mr. Callum Treacher, has his own podcast with his partner, Lucy. Go check out that gym couple. Wherever you get your podcast from, it's a fantastic podcast learning all about gyms, gym culture. It's wonderful. It's interactive. Make sure you go and check it out right now. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you. Every single piece of music that you hear on this show is brought to you by one man. And that one man is Mr. Singer-songwriter Matt Roberts. Make sure you're checking him out on all the social medias at Matt Roberts Music. Go check out all of his music. Go follow him on Spotify. His latest single, Rat Race, is an absolute banger. He's teasing brand new music on his social media, so there'll be some more music heading your way very soon. A massive thank you to you, Mr. Roberts. And of course, we have to say a massive thank you to Mr. Braden Barry and his Stay Cozy Clothing. Head on over to www.staycozyclothing.com. Have a look at his wonderful catalogue on there. There are some beautiful hoodies. There's some beautiful t-shirts like that one adorning Mr. Stevens as we speak. There's some beautiful hats like that one adorning Mr. Stevens' head as we speak. There is some wonderful apparel and paraphernalia on there. Those wonderful coffee mugs we like to talk about, whatever it may be. A vinyl copy of Braden's latest Say We Can Fly album, one of the best albums of this year. Absolutely phenomenal. Whatever it may be, add it to your basket and enter that discount code, The Chronicles, and get 10% off your order. And of course, as we always say, make sure you're giving Braden a lot of love and all of his other endeavors, his musical endeavors with Say We Can Fly, and his brand new movie series coming out, Farlight. We cannot wait to see it. It looks fantastic. And of course, we had to say a massive thank you to the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, because they are stamping out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. And I mean everywhere. This is not a UK issue. This is a global issue where people are being treated differently simply because the way they dress, the music they listen to, whatever it may be. It has been an incredible week for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. We put on our live show last week. We raised just shy of £500. A massive thank you to everyone that donated. On Saturday, just gone, it was the official Make a Noise celebration. This year, it was all done online. We were part of that. We were a massive appreciation to be part of that. Our friends in Second Cities were a part of that. Our friends in Goda were a part of that. And they raised an amazing, yet again, just under £500. Absolutely incredible. Massive thank you to everyone that took part in that, everyone that watched it, everyone that said kind words to the bands, to us, everything. It was beautiful to see. And of course, I'm going to mention it because I mention it every single week now. The results of that hate crime survey, 80% of everyone that took part in it said they got treated differently because of the way they dress, the music they listen to, whatever it may be, simply for that reason alone. So for that reason, it clearly shows there is still work to be done. So please head on over to sophielancasterfoundation.com. If you're people you know are unfamiliar with that story, share it out there. If you yourself are listening to the show for the first time and you have no idea what the hell I'm banging on about and who Sophie Lancaster is, go familiarize yourself with that story, because it is a heartbreaking story and shows that so much work needs to be done. So please share that out in the world, familiarize yourself, and do whatever you can to help bring an end to this, because it was about bloody time it has stopped. And last but not least, massive thank you to my wonderful co-host over there.
No one pieces anymore.
Let's bring it back.
No one pieces anymore. Yeah, fuck it. Thank you very much, Jamie. I obviously second everything you say. Second, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, I back you up. My brain does that thing where it makes you think it's not right. You know, when you go, pretty sure level spelled Level. Level. That sounds weird to me now. Anyway, yeah, another glorious dish in the bag, Jamie.
Very much so.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Becky, once again for joining us. Go check out Tribe of Ghosts. Go check out False Gods right now on Spotify and YouTube. The video is fucking unbelievable. And also go to see them on their tour with URNE starting this Sunday, the 3rd of December. Get your tickets right now. They're all over the country, in Scotland as well. Get involved, because it's one not to be missed. But as for this week, we'll see you all next week for the Chronicles of Scott Reeder.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, Adam, shall we try and say something exactly at the same time and see if we can match up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Hi.
Hey, we are
Tribe of Ghosts. I'm
and you. And you
are Listening.
The
Best intro ever.